Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Souris Valley Sabre Dogs Baseball. Tonight the Sabre Dogs are taking on the Fremont Moo here in Fremont, Nebraska for the first time this season. First pitch will start in about 10 minutes as the Sabre Dogs are coming off a 4-game sweep against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Taking a look at the standings, first in the Clark Division. Pioneers lead it with a 16-5 record. Fremont is in second place at 11-7 after winning 3 games straight. They're 3.5 games back. Casper's in third at 10-9, 5 games back, tied with the Hastings Sodbusters. And the Spearfish Sasquatch are 6-13, 9 games out. As for Lewis Division, Sabre Dogs are in first place still, despite losing 4 in a row, as they are 3 games up on the Pier Trappers, and in the middle there is Badlands. Don't really need to worry about them too much, considering they have that first playoff spot already locked up. Trappers are 10-9, and again, 3 games out. They just lost 3 games in a row to the Badlands Big Sticks. As for the Hub City Hotshots, they're in fourth at 8-14, 6.5 games out, and the Whiskey Jacks are at 3-19, 11.5 games out. Well, I would tell you the scores around the league, but honestly, I don't know, considering on the website it says the Casper Horseheads are playing 5 times tonight with 4 games against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. So we'll keep you updated on. We'll try to look on Twitter and keep you posted there, but we'll keep an eye on that for the majority of the night. So we'll have the starting lineups and some of the stats against the Fremont Moo coming up in just a little bit.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better. Sabre Dogs and Moo about to get underway in a little over 5 minutes or so. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Fremont Moo. Leading off playing center field is Tyler Push. Batting second and playing left is Ronnie McBride. Batting third and playing third is Luke White. Batting fourth and playing first is Jack Simonson. Batting fifth and playing right is Brock Reller. Batting sixth and DHing is Wilson Earhart. Batting seventh and catching is Nick Emanuel. Batting eighth and playing second is Peter Carlson. And batting ninth and playing short is Dylan Sears, with number 19, James Skirdo, on the mound. As for the Sabre Dogs, leading off and playing left is Philip Childs. Batting second and back in the lineup for the first time in 4 days is Mason Dennison. He'll be DHing this afternoon. Bruce Taylor is batting third and playing center. Batting fourth and playing first is Bill McClintock. Batting fifth and playing playing short is Josh Pano. Batting sixth and playing third is Jace Juice Edwards. Batting seventh and catching is Justin Henley. Batting eighth and playing right field is Sam Powers. And batting ninth and playing second is Nick Mastoni, with number 9, Matt Sartwell, on the mound. He'll be making his first start of the season. Take a look at his stats on the season. He is making his 13th appearance, actually 14th appearance on the season. He has a record of 0-2 with a 7.53 ERA. He's went 20 and a third inning with 27 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 20 hits, with a 162 whip and 11.95 strikeouts per 9 innings. Well, the Moo will be throwing at the Sabre Dogs the best that they got to offer, as Skirdo, as a Clark Division All-Star, with a record of 4-2 with a 2.73 ERA, making his 8th start. He's went 59 and a third innings with 42 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 50 hits, with just a 113 whip and 6.37 strikeouts per 9 innings. Skirdo has the third lowest ERA on the team, only behind Kanan Dodge and Cade Kirkamo. This is the fourth time these two teams have met this season. They met for 3 games back at Corbett Field back in mid-June, in which the Sabre Dogs took 2 games out of 3 from the Moo. The Sabre Dogs are 6-10 versus Clark Division opponents, 1-8 against them on the road, and 5-2 at home. They are 2-1 against the Moo, as mentioned. They're 13-13 overall on the road, and 12-7 in the month of July, with a 30-21 record overall and a 14-7 record in the second half. So we will go ahead and send you to a break. We will have the national anthem. We'll be right back. We are back. Sabre Dogs and Moo just about to get underway as once again the hitting order for the Sabre Dogs leading off is Philip Childs. And it goes Dennison, Taylor, McClintock, Pano, Edwards, Henley, Powers, and Mastoni. Sabre Dogs trying to snap their 4-game losing streak that they accumulated back in Gearing, Nebraska this past weekend. It was a tough series for the Sabre Dogs. They are now shorthanded with a bunch of players leaving during the All-Star break, mainly a bunch of pitchers, including George Locksterkamp, Xavier Caldwell, Colton Bridges, as well as Bradley Spooner. That was the big one that really hurt. He had a 4-0 record, had just one earned run allowed in 39 innings for an ERA of 0.23 in 10 games, as well as 4 starts, including the Expedition League's first and only no-hitter. That was back a few weeks ago against the Weed City Whiskey Jacks. So they're going to miss him and Locksterkamp as well, who had 2 complete games before he left. Xavier Caldwell, also a fantastic player for the Sabre Dogs. He was an all-star. And then Colton Bridges was the newest addition. He came and left in a very short amount of time. He had a couple of solid outings for the Sabre Dogs. So they're down to 10 pitchers and 22 position players for tonight's game. And we'll see how that all adds up. Actually, the 22 players total with 12 position players. My mistake there. Sabre Dogs are batting .265 on this season. That's 10 points down from going into last weekend's series, as the pitching from the Pioneers really got them this past weekend. In that series, they only batted .168 with just 21 hits in 4 games. So we'll see the Sabre Dogs can turn things around against the Moo pitching staff. It'll be difficult, as James Skirdo has mentioned, a very small ERA and a Clark Division All-Star. Wind up in the pitch, and we are underway as that one is head towards center field, and that will start things off with a base hit. And Philip Childs has just been fantastic. Doesn't matter if the team isn't doing well, he still has himself a nice game almost every single day. Went 1 for 4 yesterday and 2 for 4. Had 2 of the team's 3 hits on Saturday. And now we'll bring up Mason Dennison.
Number 3.
Returning for the first time since Thursday, as he missed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's games. And prior to that game, or prior to those games, he had not missed a single game in the second half.
32 innings, 3 runs allowed here.
So Skirdo sets. He'll work from the stretch for the first time today. Here is the pitch. And that one in there, strike 1. Mason Dennison batting .316 on the year, 3rd highest batting average on the squad. 50 total hits with 34 runs, 13 doubles, 20 RBI, and 19 stolen bases. As for Child over there first, has 24 stolen bases, just 1 behind Sean Scallier. We'll throw back, check up on him. Phil Childs, left fielder from University of Texas Arlington, sitting at 5'9", very quick, and is on pace to surpass Chauncey Callier for the best stealer on the team. That one is ripped and takes a weird kick off the mound and goes into center field. Rounding second, hanging for third is Phil Childs. He'll be in there, and now Dennison every second, and he will be in there. That's going to be a no-out double with runners on second and third for Cruz Taylor. So starts off a double and a single, making up for all the lack of hits that they had yesterday and the majority of the weekend, actually. So versus the Moo, Sabre Dogs are batting .232 in that 3-game series back at Corbett Field. 22 hits out of 95 ABs, as it brings up Cruz Taylor, coming off a 3 for 14 series against the Pioneers. First pitch to the outfielder from the University of North Georgia. That one is in there for strike 1. Cruz Taylor batting .288 on the season. He has 51 hits, the second most on the team, only behind Chauncey Callier. Also has 33 RBI to his name, as well as 39 runs and 12 doubles. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Skirdo sets. Now heads to the plate. Now on a rip down the right field line, but that will be caught by Brock Reller, but attacking and scoring is Philip Childs, and also Mason Dennison heads over to third, and the Sabre Dogs are on the board first. Sabre Dogs struggled to score all weekend, and they get their first run 3 hitters in. In fact, going into Sunday, Sabre Dogs didn't have any runs going into the 5th inning. However, yesterday they were able to get a run in the 2nd and the 5th to get off to a 2-0 lead. Pioneers then tied it up at 2, then they got the lead back, making it 4-2, and then from there, 7 unanswered runs from the Pioneers to take a 9-4 win. When McClintock comes to the plate, first pitch misses outside for ball 1. There's one out. Runner on third is Mason Dennison. McClintock batting .305 on the year. 4 of 4 Sabre Dogs batting over .300 on the season. Played in 29 games, has 29 hits, as that one misses outside. He's averaging a little over an RBI game. He has 31. Also has 6 home runs with 8 doubles and 26 runs. Didn't do too well against the Pioneers this past weekend. Went just 2 for 8. As that one is in there, and that will make it 2-1. First time the Sabre Dogs have traveled out to Muller Field. It's a pretty small park out to the poles, and caves pretty deep out into center field, kind of like Corbett Field. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Ahead of that breaking ball, and that will even the count at 2-2. Now grass everywhere with dirt in on the infield. It's the only thing different between here and Corbett. Corbett, of course, has the turf that was installed a few years ago. Here's now the 2-2 pitch from James Skirdo. And that one misses outside to make it 3-2. McClintock has had 6 sacrifice flies this season. Could make it 7 here if he puts one deep enough in the outfield. Not have to put it too deep. Mason is pretty quick. Now when it's hit in the air towards center field, that should do it. Backing up as the center fielder push is carrying, and it will be caught on the track, and that will easily bring Mason Dennison home as he jogs in to make it 2-0 Sabre Dogs lead. So back-to-back hits, then back-to-back sac flies, and that will bring up Josh Pino, batting 5th and playing shortstop. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Josh strikes out. It's half-price beer through the remainder of the inning.
Josh Pino went 4 for 17 in the series against the Pioneers.
So Pino will come to the plate as now it's
batting .242 on the season. First pitch, that one misses outside for ball 1.
After a bad start, the 2 runs have scored. So now we
during the second half, Pino batting .276 with 15 stolen bases in 16 games. He leads the team as that one misses outside to make it 2-0. Sabre Dogs would love to get that second win against a Clark Division opponent on the road. Right now, they are 1-8. As that one in there on the outside edge to make it 2-1.
There's one!
19 stolen bases for Josh Pano, tied for 3rd on the team despite just playing 24 games. As that one missed outside. For comparison, Cruz Taylor has literally played double his games. He's played 48. It's just been whenever he gets on base, he's taken off no matter what. See many times where he'll take 2nd and 3rd on back-to-back attempts. Now time is called by Pano. 3-1 pitch coming up. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Pano is the 5th batter in the lineup. Here's the 3-1 pitch to him.
Check swing, went around for strike 2, and that will make the count full.
So full count pitch trying to get out of the inning. 2 gone, and here's the delivery from Skirdo.
3-2 pitch, and that one is outside, and Pano will reach to keep the Sabre Dogs alive.
And that'll bring up Jace Edwards.
So Jace Edwards comes to the plate, batting 6th and playing 3rd base for the Sabre Dogs. Went 1 for 3 yesterday with a run and an RBI.
Number 15, Jace Edwards. So here's Edwards with 2 gone, a runner at first. Here's the first pitch by Skirdo. That'll miss outside.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1 as Casper and Wheat City about to get underway. Looks like they probably already have. Just waiting for an update on Twitter. Skirdo sets. 1-0 pitch, and that one is in there to even the count 1-1.
1-1.
So Pano hasn't taken off just yet. We'll see if he tries to get his 20th stolen base of the season right here.
Pano with good speed at first will take off for 2nd.
There he goes. Is that one in there for a strike? Throw down to 2nd is in time for out number 3. So Pano was caught stealing. Sabre Dogs were caught stealing 4 times yesterday. And here is number 1 as the Sabre Dogs have been caught stealing the most in the league. So we will head to the bottom of the 2nd coming up. Sabre Dogs once again lead it 2-0. We'll be right back.
The Fremont Moon believes strongly in Fremont's youth. We believe participation
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
iHeartRadio.
910 AM KCJB is Minot's heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 AM KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 AM KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
And Starwell on the mound for the Sabre Dogs, making his first start and his 15th appearance of the season. Second most on the team. The righty from Minot State University, one of the 10 Sabre Dogs on the pitching staff at the moment. Record of 0-2 with an ERA of 7.53, making his first start, as mentioned. 20 and a third innings with 27 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 20 hits on the year. So leading off is Tyler Push. Second highest batting average on the team at .358, only behind the man on deck, Ronnie McBride, who the Sabre Dogs they have not seen him this season. Tyler Push in his 3 games against Sabre Dogs was just 2 for 13. He had an RBI with 3 runs and 2 steals. First pitch hit into center field, and that will be a leadoff single for the Moo, just like the Sabre Dogs did. So that will bring up Ronnie McBride, batting .393 in the 16 games he has played in. 24 hits out of 61 ABs with 13 runs, 4 doubles, 9 RBI, and 7 steals. And just like Phil Childs, it was on the first pitch. This one might be a high-scoring affair here in Fremont, Nebraska, here at Mueller Field. Starwell sets, trying to get a bunt down as that one misses outside. And McBride can run. He has 7 steals, which is the 4th most on the team.
First time this season was not yet with the team when we traveled to Minot earlier this season. Push
over there at first, leads the team in stolen bases with 21. Doesn't go here. A breaking ball. That one misses high and inside for a 2-0 count now. Nobody out for the left fielder for the Moo.
And here's the 2-0 pitch.
And that one, fastball is in there, strike 1, as that one looked like a ball, but they give him a strike. McBride from LSU Alexandria.
Who
He's also a Louisiana native. Stands at 6 foot, 190 pounds, a right-handed slugger.
Spent some time in the Northwoods League.
He would have stayed in the Expedition League for the entirety of the season. He probably would have been All-Stars. That one's grabbed a foul. Speaking of All-Stars, got another one on deck. Luke White, who participated in the Home Run Derby, went to the semifinal round, got knocked out there. He was also not with the Moo when they took on the Sabre Dogs. 2 huge additions to the team, and big reasons why they are in the hunt for the playoffs. But runner goes, that one is up high, throw down to second is also high, gets into center field, and Push is going to head for third, and he will be in there as well. So it'll be a steal that gets him to second, and an error from the catcher, Justin Henley. So still no outs, and a runner on third. We still have Ronnie McBride up at the plate. Full count upcoming from Starwell. Try to match the Sabre Dogs here. They trail 2-0. Now misses up high, and that will put runners on the corners with nobody out.
It's ball 4. Runners at first and
That'll bring up
third.
Luke White, the big slugger. He has 8 home runs, which leads the team. He has 8 of their 39 home runs. Also has 37 hits in the 32 games he has played in, with 28 hits, 28 runs,
25,
and 29 RBI, which is third on the team, only behind Jack Simonson and Brock Reller, who have 31.
Season a night ago against Hub City. The wind is a major factor today. The ball is carrying a bunch.
Sorrell sets and delivers. Swing and a miss ahead of that breaking ball for strike 1. 2 hits for the Sabre Dogs, 1 from the Moose so far. We like to change that and try to get the tie or even take the lead here in the bottom of the
No
first.
balls and a strike with nobody out. McBride leads off first.
Sorrell looks over at third. Now first runner goes, and that one hits the back of the neck of Luke White, and that will load the bases with still nobody out.
Will bring up Jack Simonson.
So that will bring up the RBI leader on the team, Jack Simonson, batting .308 on the season.
Number 29,
One of 5
Jack
players from the Moo that has a
Simonson.
batting average better than 300. Team batting average at 266. Just a point better than the Sabre Dogs.
RBI leader for the Moo as the bases loaded with nobody out in the inning.
Simonson also has 4 dingers on the year, which is 6th on the team, only behind a few others below him. First pitch.
First pitch to Jack is going to
And that one
miss
misses
low.
low
It's
for ball 1.
Want to know the count. 2-0 the Moo trail, but the bases are loaded for Fremont here in the bottom of the first. Nobody out in the inning. 1-0 pitch to Jack will find the outside.
That one is in there for strike 1 to even the count. Jack Simonson from North Dakota State University, hometown of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sitting at 6'1", 200. Playing first base tonight for the Moo.
Here is the 1-1 pitch to the Fremont first baseman.
Nobody holding on the runners for the Sabre Dogs as the
And this is
1-0,
fouled off.
the
It's
1-1
1-2.
pitch is fouled back, and they'll make it 1-2.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Jack here. Again, bases loaded for the Moo as it's been a great start to the
Big
inning.
series for
Now,
the Sabre Dogs,
let's
trying to
see if
snap
we can
that
do anything
4-game
with it.
skid. Things
1
just
ball and
continue
2
to not
strikes.
get any easier for the Sabre Dogs. With Hastings coming up next, they have been red hot offensively.
This is
And hit up
sent
the middle.
back
That
up
could
the
be a double
middle,
play ball.
ball.
Throw to
Second for 1,
first
back to
is in
first for
time,
2.
and that will be 2. And now they got a
coming
runner
home is
caught
McBride,
between third and
McBride
first, and that will be
tagged
a
out
triple
home,
play
right
for the
ball.
Sabre Dogs.
So 1 run will score as that's
So
a
that will
triple
be
play.
a 4-6-3-2 triple play.
That we've ever seen
We'll
in
head
history
to the top
the
of the
franchise.
second as the Sabre Dogs lead 2-1 as one
that's
run
a-
scores.
that's a
We'll be right
wild way
back.
to end the inning. So it's 2-1 as we head to the second. This is Moo Baseball.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Concession stands.
Sabre Dogs lead it 2-1 going into the top of the second. Sabre Dogs ended that previous inning with a 4-6-3-2 double play as Ronnie McBride came around third and tried to score after the 4-6-3 to get out Luke White and Jack Simonson. And McBride was thrown at the plate to end the inning. So for the Sabre Dogs now offensively, they will bring up the 6, 7, 8 hitters. First pitch is to Jace Edwards, and that pitch misses
Leading
for
off
ball
the
one.
Sabre Dogs, number 15, Jace Edwards.
Edwards trying to finish his at-bat as the inning ended on a stolen base from Josh Pano, as that one misses as well, make it 2-0.
Stealing to end the first inning.
Take a look at Juice's stats on the year, and like I mentioned before the break, it was 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI yesterday, as that one misses as well to make it 3-0. On the season, batting 197, has 14 hits out of the 20 games he has started. 3-0, and that is the obligatory fastball down the middle for strike one. Against the Moo, Edwards is 1 for 7, and on the second half, Edwards batting 233, 7 for 30, and that is a 5-pitch walk that will put on Jace Edwards. So still, no batters have been uninvolved in some sort of play so far. You have a double, or excuse me, a single, a double, 2 sac flies, a walk, and then another walk.
So
that will bring up Justin Henley.
First pitch to Henley is going to
First pitch misses outside on a fastball for ball one. It's Henley batting just 094 on the year, just 8 hits with 7 RBI. Hitting his 25th start of the season. Him and Drew Palm, the only catchers on the Sabre Dogs roster. And pretty much going back and forth since the departure of Alex Hay, as that one misses out and away for ball two. Alex Hay finished the season batting 293 with 24 hits in 22 games, as well as 26 RBI.
Top of the second, the Moot Trail now 2-1 after scoring one.
See if Edwards takes off here. Throw back over to first, as Edwards does have 2 stolen bases on the season so far.
2 runs for the Sabre Dogs in the first, 1 run for the Moo in the first, and we've got a 1-run ball.
Near Mueller Field, the highest fence that we've seen so far. Left field got a big fence. I don't know if they have a nickname for it. The Black Monster, not quite sure. They're back over to first. The outfield fence covered in black tarp. And a Coors Light ad up there in right center field, the only one out there. 2-0 pitch. That one is up high for ball 3.
He's really struggling here to find the zone in the second inning.
Imagine James Skirdo hasn't really had a bad day so far this season. He does have 2 losses, but just a 2.73 ERA and 59 and a third innings pitched. And that one is in there for strike one to get him in the count.
James has worked his way into in the inning already. He's delivered strikes on both 3-0 pitches, but he walked Edwards on the 5th pitch. See how he does here against Henley. He'll walk him outside.
And that is also a 5-pitch walk, and they'll put runners on first and second now for St. Powers. Skirdo from Midland University.
Let's go, Moo!
Hometown of Waverly, Nebraska.
It's your turn, crew. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Powers playing right field for the Sabre Dogs, one of 5 outfielders remaining on the team.
First and second after back-to-back walks lead off thing.
That one is hit to left field, and that will be in there for a base hit, and that will load him up for Nick Mastoni. Mastoni has also been red hot as of late. We'll see how he does here with bases loaded and nobody out. So Skirdo is second in the league in innings pitched, and he will surpass Hess of the Hastings Sodbusters if he goes more than 2 innings. We'll see if he does with, as he really is struggling here.
Here in the second inning.
Not struggling enough to pull him out of the game just yet. He got 2 runs in the top of the first. He got bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the second. That one is grounded to the shortstop Sears. He'll get the out at third and a run will score. There'll be a 6-5 out to get Henley out at third. Powers advances to second, and Mastoni reaches on a fielder's choice, and that will bring Philip Childs back to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day, batting 3. Hold on, I had wrong batter up here. Batting 352 on the season. Actually didn't do too bad against the Pioneers in the previous series. First pitch, and that one's in there for strike 1. So runners are on first and second now with 1 out. Childs has 12 RBI on the season. He usually bats first or ninth. Lately, he's been batting first almost every single game. Now on a slow grounder. That has some weird spin on it. Gets away from Skirdo. And everyone's going to be safe as Carlson can't pick it up. And the bases are going to be loaded now for Mason Dennison. Never seen a ball have that much spin on it. On a ball hit that short. It looked like it was just going to be a little dribbler to the pitcher, James Skirdo, but it kind of just, pardon the pun, skirted to the left of the pitcher. Dennison 1 for 1 with a double and a run back in the first inning.
So that is scored.
Try to add to the already 3-1 lead.
As it's now 4-1.
Skirdo sets and delivers.
First pitch to
Now one gets away from the catcher Emmanuel, goes to his right, but he stays in front of it.
As it's 2 runs in both innings so far for the Sabre Dogs.
You may file when ready.
1-0 count coming up to the shortstop from the University of Western Florida.
To Dennison, who's the designated hitter tonight. Still just 1 out in the inning. And this
Slow grounder,
is
that one foul down the
on
third
right
base
side
line.
To even the count at 1.
That'll make it 1-1.
1 ball and a strike.
Will there be beer?
As this has been a rough start to the game defensively for the Moo.
Skirdo sets, gets ready for the 1-1. Now on a grounder to Sears, a shortstop, and get a double play, but he boots it, and Sears throw to second, and unable to get it in time, just barely missed, and everyone is going to be safe, and is now going to be 4-1 in favor of the Sabre Dogs.
Now 5-1, and it will bring up Cruz Taylor.
So bases are now loaded for Cruz Taylor. Sabre Dogs were only able to get 4 runs yesterday, and they got 4 runs here in the top of the third.
That's 5 runs are already home.
Skirdo sets and delivers. Is that one in there? Strike 1.
It's 0-1 to Taylor.
Cruz Taylor with a sac fly back in the top of the first. So looking for his first at-bat of the evening. 1 for 3 with a run yesterday. Is that one a swing and a miss there to make it 0-2.
0-2 is Skirdo.
So Chauncey Callier gets a day off. Be his first in a long time. Cruz Taylor batting third this evening, as he normally does, but wearing the number 18. Still trying to find that number 11 jersey. It's somewhere out there. So that one is hit up the middle, and that will get into the gap for a base hit. 1-1 will score, and that will make it 5-1, as the bases are going to stay loaded.
Wow. This is not good.
This is very rare for Skirdo to be allowing this many runs this early in the game. So Childs is on to third. Dennison is on to second, and Taylor reaches with an RBI single.
Already home, and Shea Beck's going to come out to speak with James Skirdo. And I know Shea
now a mound visit.
visit.
Sabre Dogs currently once again lead 5-1 against the Fremont Moo. Take a look at some of the scores around the league and see if they're updated here. So Weed City and Casper in the top of the first. The Whiskey Jacks lead 1-0, and I believe that in this game are the only 2 games going on today. Like I said, point streak acting up just a little bit. Got way too many games with Casper involved. So Skirdo's going to stay out there despite allowing 5 runs in 2 1/3 innings. So McClintock now comes to the plate. First time up, got a sac fly. So in this inning, Edwards scored. Henley was thrown out at third. Powers scored. Mastoni also scored. Childs at third. This one at second, and Cruz Taylor's over at first.
Can bounce back. Still a lot of baseball to be played here tonight. As here's the first pitch.
First pitch, that one in there, strike 1.
The Moo have had 10 plus hits in
That
9
Bo McClintock
consecutive
is an RBI machine, averaging a little over 1 a game, has 31 in 29 games started.
should come alive at some point. We saw it in the first, but the pitching.
Now Skirtle steps off.
Down by 5. This would be the hardest comeback of the season. Should we come back tonight?
The mound here at Mueller Field has sort of a tongue there at the bottom. That not sure if I've ever seen that before. Very interesting. A 1 pitch, and that one's hit high in the air towards center field. That might be his second sack fly of the day. That will be caught in center field by Tyler Push. The throw is going to be to third base, and everyone's going to be safe. That is the second sack fly to center field of the night for Bo McClintock, and that will make it 6-1. As Phil Child scores, and Mason Dennison advances over to third, and Taylor goes to second.
It's time for the beer batter number 14, Josh.
So that will bring up Josh Pano, who walked his first time up and was caught stealing.
I'm so worried about
Runners on second and third with 2 outs.
in between the pitches now. Then I'm like,
Skirtle sets and lets it go as that one misses low and away for a fastball. Josh Pano, the freshman from St. Mary's College in California.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. And
1-0 pitch now, as that one another fastball. That one is in there on the outside portion of the strike zone.
the guy
That'll
ran
even
by.
up at 1-1.
Play until the ball's dead, because we're yelling cutoffs and things like that. You can't hear it when music and stuff, or sound effects.
Okay, so like when the pitcher has the ball?
That's fine.
Pano batting a little under 250 on this season.
Okay, I just know because they caught the...
Tonight for the Sabre Dogs, playing short start. He's been kind of all over the place in the infield as that one's grounded to Dylan Sears. Shortstop throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. So the Sabre Dogs get 4 runs in the top of the second. It is now 6-1. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
105.3 The Fox is Monarch's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Fremont Moo. Leading off is Brock Reller, the right fielder for the Moo. Wilson Earhart is on deck, and Nick Emanuel is in the hole.
Number 24, Brock
Reller, so far on this season, having a pretty nice year, batting .267, has a tied for the best 31 RBI as the first pitch from Startwell. That one misses up and away for ball 1. 43 hits, 29 runs, 14 doubles, and 6 home runs as he leads the team in doubles. 1-0 pitch, foul tip, and that will even it up at 1-1. Against the Sabre Dogs, 2 for 10 with 4 Ks and an RBI. He played in every single game in the previous series.
Tied a single game record for hits with 4. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Is the Moo looking to get back in this one, down 5?
1-1 pitch from Startwell in the dirt, misses the plate by a few feet. The Moo coming off a huge series against the Hub City Hotshots, getting a 3-game sweep. They won 14-7 yesterday, taking advantage of playing the second-to-last team in the Lewis Division.
And
Moo have
a mound visit? Yes.
hold up. We have a mound visit from the head coach Corey Thompson. I'm not quite sure why here, as
The umpire's coming out too. I think they're complaining about the mound.
yeah, Matt Starwell definitely having some issues with the mound here, made out of clay. I mentioned the tongue in front of the mound.
The Sabre Dogs play on an all-turf.
We'll see what if they can fix anything here, as head coach Corey Thompson is back to the dugout. And
it doesn't appear that there is one.
I don't think there's going to be any adjustments of any sort, so we'll just get back to action after that brief intermission.
So Sartwell will reset 2-0, nobody out to the leadoff man, Brock Reller. The wind is blowing out to right.
The count is now 2-1 to the right fielder, Brock Reller.
Let's see if Brock can have his 3rd home run in 2 games. That's gonna
And that one's going to hit
the
the leg of Brock Reller, and that will put him on base.
That will bring up Wilson Earhart.
Now batting is Wilson Earhart.
Number 27.
Same walk-up song as Wilson Rubio.
So Earhart had the night off yesterday. Actually did a little coaching. Coached first base a night ago for the Moo. The left-hander out of Katy, Texas, will play with the outfield very deep.
Here's the first pitch from the right-hander from Minot State University.
As here's the first pitch to Wilson.
Now misses up high for ball 1, a fastball. Couldn't get Earhart to chase.
1-0 pitch with nobody out in the inning. Sartwell checks the runner at first and now fires to Wilson. That'll miss low.
Yeah, that one misses low and away. That'll make it 2-0. Sabre Dogs going to hold on to that 6-1 lead.
In the first, 4 in the second.
Sabre Dogs gave up 1 in the bottom of the first. Tyler Push came around to score.
One going to break in the end of the top of the first. I'm not sure what I missed.
RBI ground out from Jack Simonson, as that one is in there for strike 1.
That pitch hits the outside corner, and the count now reads 2-1. The Moo have a leadoff base runner at first, Brock Reller, after a hit by pitch.
Reller has 3 snag bags so far this season. His lead over first, McClintock holding him on.
Fires on the mound.
2-1 pitch, that one misses outside. That'll make it 3-1.
On deck for the Moo is Nick Emanuel, who is just getting back into the swing.
Earhart on the season batting .233. He's played in 39 games, the second most.
A broken hand kept him out for about a month.
Has 22 RBI. This 3-1 pitch is hitting the air high towards Sam Powers. He'll take a few steps to his left, as that one had a nice hang time on it, but doesn't go anywhere, and that will make it out number 1. So that'll bring up the catcher, Nick Emanuel, batting .167 on the season. Has played in 9 games for the Moo this season. Played 1 against the Sabre Dogs, went 0-3 in that game.
Number 21, Nick Emanuel.
Reller still over there at first. 1 out, runner on for the Moo, trying to come back after allowing 4 runs in the top of the second.
Emanuel from Esco, Minnesota.
Turbo sets, looks over at first. Now on a big swing and a miss from Nick Emanuel.
Cut at the first pitch, and he comes up empty. It's 0-1.
Emanuel from also North Dakota State University.
1, 2, 3.
Hometown of Esco, Minnesota.
No balls and a strike with
Bats
one
left and
going.
throws right, just like yours truly.
Struggling a bit on the mound, but he's got a huge 5-run cushion to work with. Is that
1 pitch, that one was outside. Unfortunately, I am not 6'2", 195 like he is. Junior on the North Dakota State baseball team.
1-1 the count to the Fremont catcher.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Yeah, that one a nice slider. That one is in there, and that will make it 1-2.
Emmanuel batting 7th tonight for the Moo.
Could consider North Dakota State a football school, considering they've won a couple national championships in the past few years. Their head coach, Chris Kleiman, going to my school, Kansas State University.
Here's the 1-2.
1-2 pitch now. That was ripped to the second baseman, Mastoni. Nice backhanded play by Mastoni. They'll get one, and they will get two. So a triple play in the first inning and a double play in the second, and that will end the inning. Sabre Dogs continue to lead 6-1. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs baseball. El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM. Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station. Mix puts our personality and music focus on adult women, whether it's the moms at home or at work, to those that are business owners, or the women who have declared 50 is the new 30. Let Mix go to work for you, playing a variety of music from the 80s, 90s, and today, and can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices all across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. We are Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station.
James Skirdo still on the mound for the Fremont Moose. Move to the top of the third. Sabre Dogs for the second straight inning will bring up Jace Edwards, Justin Henley, and Sam Powers to start off the inning. Last inning, Sabre Dogs scored 4 runs with Jace Edwards, Sam Powers, Nick Mastoni, and Philip Childs scoring. As Cruz Taylor scored, or excuse me, got an RBI single, and Bo McClintock got a sac fly.
So here's Jace Edwards to lead off the third. He led off the second.
This one is hit to the third baseman, Luke White, and that is foul for strike number 1. So both McClintock and Taylor with 2 RBI apiece. Mason Dennison also has one on, actually he does not have one, that is on an error, that is incorrect there. And then Nick Mastoni has one on a fielder's choice.
The Moo have had some success offensively.
Wound up in the pitch. It's the 0-1, and that one misses away. That'll make it 1-1. Edwards walked his first time up and mentioned he came around to score.
Really for the first time all season.
1-1, that one misses, low and away as well to make it 2-1.
Just about every pitch that's missed has been
beautiful evening for baseball here tonight in Fremont, Nebraska. As the 2-1 pitch. That one, same spot, same result, 3-1 count coming up. As of right now, looking at 75 degrees. And it's sunny with a few clouds here and there. Is that 3-1 pitch? Misses for ball 4. Second walk of the day, and that will bring up Justin Henley, who also walked his first time up.
Number 24.
Nice cool breeze, kind of feels like make it feel like a fall evening.
So another leadoff base runner for the Sabre Dogs as Henley comes to the plate. First pitch to Henley.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Make it 0-1. So after tonight's game, the Sabre Dogs will have just 5 games up in the current 10-game road trip. It'll be half over already with 7 games coming up on a homestand to finish the season. As that's a breaking ball that breaks in there, make it 0-2. We have 3 coming up against Hastings, and then the 7-game homestand. You have 1 against Badlands, 2 against Hub City, and then 4 against the Pier Trappers. 0-2 pitch. Now on is sliced and just foul down the third base line over the head of Luke White as he tried to dive for it. That series versus the Pier Trappers is going to be huge for the Sabre Dogs, and it could determine who ends up the second seed in the Lewis Division. course, those 4 games will all be at Corbett
No balls, 2
Field.
strikes, nobody
Sabre
gone.
Dogs can win at least 2 of those games. I think they should be golden considering they have some winnable games coming up here in this road stand as that one misses outside, and also during the home stand. However, a lot of these teams at the bottom of the stand starting to play better. I mean, even Wheat City is playing a little bit better. They've won 3 of the last 5 games, and Hub City has been hitting very well. Sabre Dogs have been able to do whatever they want with the hot shots so far this season. They're 10-2 against them as that one breaks in the dirt for ball 2. Sabre Dogs played the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 16 times with a record of 14-2, and as for the Hub City Hot Shots, they play them 14 times this season, have a current 10-2 record against them.
2-2 the count, nobody out.
Skirto sets, runner on first. 2-2 pitch, ripped towards right field. Backing up is Reller, and that one is going to be out of here. Justin Henley with his second home run of the season, and that makes it 8-2.
8-1.
Excuse me, 8-1, my mistake. I mentioned that is Henley's second home run of the season and his 9th hit, as the Sabre Dogs are continuing to hit well here this evening. They have scored in every inning so far.
Baseball bingo.
So that will bring up Sam Powers, who is 1 for 1 with a single and a run.
Here in Fremont.
This is just the game the Sabre Dogs needed to kind of get their confidence back, and that previous series versus Western Nebraska was just really detrimental to this team's confidence.
It's a run.
It was just really a poorly timed series for the Sabre Dogs, too. First pitch, and that one's in the air, a little blooper towards right center, and that will be caught by the right fielder Brock Reller for out number 1. The reason why I say it was poorly timed because it's right after the All-Star break. You have to make a 10-hour trip out to Gary, Nebraska, and then you, on top of that, you lose 9 to 10 players. Just a bad combination for every front for the Sabre Dogs. And they took 3 out of 4 against the Pioneers in Corbett Field prior to this previous series, but they had some of their best arms here, and they, of course, left as that one misses for ball 1. So Mastoni comes to plate. He is 0 for 1 with a RBI fielder's choice. He came around to score. That was last inning, as that one is in there on the outside corner to even the count 1-1. Top of the order coming up already for the Sabre Dogs as Phil Childs is on deck. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs. Skirtle back in the windup. Here's 1-1. Now one swung on and missed ahead of that breaking ball to make it 1-2. So 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, and 2 in the third for the Sabre Dogs. As for the Moo, they were shut out last inning, and they got 1 run in the bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch now. That one is ripped to the third baseman, Luke White. Fields it. Throw to first will be in time for out number 2.
Yeah, baby.
Childs up for his 3rd time already today.
Philip Childs.
See if he can't go 3 for 3. As usually when he starts off hot, he just stays hot for the entire game. He's just one of those guys that's really hot or really cold, and his previous series he was hot. First pitch, and that one's grounded once again. Luke White fields it, throw to first, and that will be in time for out number 3. The Sabre Dogs get 2 more thanks to a 2-run home run from Justin Henley over the right field fence. We'll take a minute break. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball on the YouTube page of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs.
Move it.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. That's Sartwell on for his 3rd inning of work. He has went 2 full innings so far, will allow just 1 hit and 1 run. It was unearned as he has given up a walk and has no strikeouts so far. He has faced 7 batters. He'll take on the 8-9 hitters to lead off for the Fremont Moo with Peter Carlson, Dylan Sears, and then the top of the order, Tyler Push coming up. Sabre Dogs lead it 8-1 thanks to a 2-run home run by Justin Henley, catcher from Emmanuel College. His brother, the latest addition to the team, Braden Henley, right-handed pitcher from Emmanuel. First pitch now misses inside, a fastball, and Carlson dodges out of the way.
Sortwell on the mound.
So I'll make it 1-0.
It's 1-0. A 7-run deficit for the Moo here in the bottom of the third. Pete will watch that pitch.
1-0 pitch, and that one misses as well to make it 2-0.
The victims of a triple play.
Carlson 3 for 8 against the Sabre Dogs, batting .375 with 2 runs and an RBI. As a 2-0 pitch from Startwell, that one is in there for a strike, fastball.
Again, a very delayed strike call here at home tonight.
Peter Carlson batting .233 on the season, so having more luck against the Sabre Dogs than overall on the season, and by quite a bit. He does have 25 RBI, however, with 27 hits. And that one does hit Carlson. That one's not going to feel good, as that's a fastball in on the hip.
Runner at first.
That's the second hit by, actually the third hit by pitch of the day. One got Luke White and then another from Brock Reller.
Number 1!
So that brings up Dylan Sears for the first time tonight, the shortstop for the Moo. Batting average of .215 on the season, has 29 hits and 15 RBI, as they are on first with nobody out.
Next in Tyler Push, only 1 hit today for the Moo though.
Startwell sets and delivers. The first pitch misses outside, ball 1 on fastball.
Has thrown more balls than strikes, but
Sears played in 2 of the 3 games against the Sabre Dogs in the first time these two meet. He's 0 for 6 with 3 Ks.
Advantage.
1-0 pitch now.
1-0 pitch.
And that one's in there for strike 1, and that evens the count.
Again, Tyler Push is on deck.
Fremont finishing up the first time through the hitting order. As for the Sabre Dogs, they're already on the 3rd time through. Here's the 1-1 pitch now. Now it's hit towards center field, hit well, but there to make the play is Cruz Taylor for out number 1.
Taylor to make the play, and there's 1 gone for the top of the order at Tyler Push.
So Tyler Push comes back up to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a run and a stolen base. He also advanced to 3rd on an error, came around to score on the triple play from Jack Simonson. The lone run for the Moo.
Member of the Moo to get a hit for the first time through the order. Came around to score.
Startwell sets. Here is the first pitch.
First pitch to Tyler.
Now hit up right up the middle, and that is playable for Jace Edwards. He misses the tag, throw to first, and they got the out at first. That was not the right call. He was safe by at least a full step there.
So runner safe at second as Carlson avoids the tag, but Push is thrown out at first.
Wow. So after that, Peter Carlson will be safe at second on a fielder's choice, as Juice Edwards unable to make the tag. Actually, correction, that was Pano. And Push is called out, as Push leads the team with 21 stolen bases. He's a quick guy and was called out there first, even though he absolutely was safe. Expedition League refs strike again.
Ronnie McBride!
Sabre Dogs have been benefactors and victims of the Expedition League officiating. First pitch from Startwell. That one hits the back of the helmet on Ronnie McBride. That is the 4th one of the game, as Startwell. I think Startwell that one just slipped out of his hand. As that one, my goodness, this has just been a bizarre game from top to bottom.
Third baseman,
that will bring up Luke White, who also was hit by a pitch. He was out at second on the 4-6-3-2 triple play back in the first inning.
Here's Luke.
Runners on first and second. 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Sabre Dogs lead 8-1. First pitch, that one misses low for ball 1. And knowing, Matt, these hit by pitches are absolutely not intentional.
Again, it's just 1 hit for the Moo, 1 run, as they trail 8-1 here in the third inning.
1-0 pitch now. And that one is inside for ball 2. Now, if this was against the Pioneers, it might be a different story. Those teams have been feuding a little bit. I mean, you play each other 8 times in a row, you can start to get sick of each other.
Here's the 2-0 pitch.
Here's a 2-0 now. That one hit up the middle, a little blooper, and that will drop for a base hit. Rounding third, heading home is Carlson, and he will score as McBride advances from first to third, and it is now 8-2. As Luke White gets on first.
The first baseman.
That will bring up Jack Simonson.
Simonson!
He was the perpetrator for the 4-6-3-2 triple play, but also got an RBI.
Put a second run on the board here with a base hit, as a 2-out RBI single gets a run home for the Moo.
First pitch from Sartwell.
First pitch to Jack.
Breaking ball, that one misses outside for ball one.
The Moo have been probably,
Can't say I've ever heard of a RBI triple play before, but that's what we saw back in the first inning.
But I have a hard time believing that any other team has been as good offensively.
Runners in the corners with 2 outs.
10+ hits and
here's a 1-0 pitch from Sartwell, swing and a miss. Now we'll even the count at 1-1.
We're down 6 now, 8-2. Swing and a miss by Jack, evens the count at 1-1.
1, 2, 3.
Sabre Dogs will bring up the 2-3-4 batters coming up. Mason Dennison, Cruz Taylor, and Bo McClintock to lead off the top of the fourth.
Keep Service Valley up the scoreboard. 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third.
1-1 pitch now. Fouled off the mask of Justin Henley, and he has gotten a few of those throughout the season. The plate umpire will give Henley some extra time, gives a thumbs up to the dugout, signifying he's okay. And that would not be good if he wasn't okay. Sabre Dogs have just one other catcher on the entire roster, that being Drew Pollan.
So let's see if Jack, who's been coming up big for us all year, can come through again.
Sartwell sets, looks over to third, and now stares over to first. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, that will hit up the middle, and that will score another run. And that will make it 8-3.
Runners at first and second for Brock Reller.
Back-to-back RBI singles for the Moo, one from Luke White and one from Jack Simonson.
The right fielder, number 24.
So that will bring up Brock Reller, who was, guess what, hit by a pitch his first time up back in the second inning. Got out at second as a part of the 6-4-3 double play back in the second.
If there was a day that Brock had hit a home run, today's the day.
Runners on first and second now. Luke White is over to second, and of course Simonson just got that single, was over first. Swing and a miss ahead of that breaking ball for strike one.
The Moo have cut into the lead by 2 runs here. It's now 8-3, so we're down 5 once more. As there's still a lot of baseball to be played here from Mueller Field tonight. 0-1 pitch to Brock.
1 pitch, swing and a miss. Once again, make it 0-2 now. Another breaking ball from Sartwell.
We've either got some very confused Moo fans or some fans that have traveled a long way from Service Valley who cheered after that strike. It's about a 10-hour trip. That's a long trip from Minot down here to Fremont. 0-2 pitch sent back.
This one was hit up the middle, and that will get past Nick Mastoni, and that will bring around 1 run through over to third. Will be cut off, and that will make it runners on the corners. That will make it 8-4. Luke White scores from second.
That'll bring up Wilson Earhart.
Simonson advances from first to third. Reller reaches on first, so back-to-back RBI singles.
The designated hitter, number 27, Wilson Earhart.
So definitely do not count out the Fremont Moo. They have been hitting very well as of late this previous series, sweeping the Hub City Hot Shots, and anybody who plays Hub City can get some extra momentum.
Leading off first is Brock. Here's the first pitch.
First pitch hit high in the air, in on the infield as Justin Henley. Matt Sartwell is going to be waved off, and it'll be Bo McClintock who will make the catch as it goes over his head and reaches back to make the catch. So that will make it 8-4, and the Sabre Dogs get out of the third inning. Still have a 4-run lead. We'll be right back to a minute break. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the one call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe. Sabre Dogs lead 8-4 going into the top of the fourth. The 2-3-4ers coming up. Mason Dennison, Cruz Taylor, and Bo McClintock. So the only other game going on today is between the 3-18 Wheat City Whiskey Jacks and the 10-9 Casper Horseheads. First pitch starting at 7:35 p.m. So not quite sure why there is a 1-0 lead Wheat City over Casper in the top of the first on point streak, but that is neither here nor there. So Mason Dennison comes to play for the third time today. He is 1 for 2 with a double and a run, as well as reaching via an error.
So Mason Dennison will lead things
Shortstop from the University of West Florida, however, not playing shortstop this evening as the first pitch misses outside. He is DHing, and playing shortstop once again for the third straight night is Josh Pano. 1-0 pitch from Skirdo. And that one misses as well for ball 2. Strike zone last series versus the Pioneers was a little iffy, as the outside corner was a spot to be for the pitchers, as the umpires called that one a lot. That one ripped down the first base side, but just foul, and that will make it 2-1. See how much longer the Sabre Dogs go with Matt Startwell on the mound. He has given up now 4 runs, with 3 being in the bottom of the third. 2-1 pitch, that one misses as well. Mentioned that Startwell's, this is his first start of the season, and then Cody Waters also got his first start, actually his second start of the season, but his first start since his first outing as a Sabre Dog. This one is hit to center field, that one carried and caught by Tyler Push for out number 1 in center field. So that will bring up Cruz Taylor, who is 1 for 1 with 2 RBI, including a sac fly and a single.
18, Cruz Taylor.
Outfielder from the University of North Georgia, having himself a nice season, batting .288.
Who has been wearing 11 all season.
First pitch, that one is in there for strike 1. Second half hasn't been quite as kind to Cruz Taylor. Here's the 1 pitch now.
0-1, that's right there.
That one's in there for strike 2 to make it 0-2. In the second half, Cruz Taylor batting .266. Also, I mean, still not that bad, but just compared to how red hot he was in the first half, a bit of a step back. Still has 10 RBI in 20 games. That one fouled back. Now we'll keep it at 0-2. Coming into today's game, Sabre Dogs with right at 1,700 at-bats on the season.
In the lineup, he has been a killer of every team this year.
0-2 pitch. In the air, that one shallow, in on the infield, and that will be Dylan Sears, the shortstop, who will make a catch across the second base. Route number 2. Now coming to the plate is Bo McClintock. Still has yet to have an at-bat today. He has 2 sac flies to center field and 2 RBI. Sabre Dogs have 6 hits with their 8 runs and 1 defensive error. McClintock, a senior from Point University.
Getting into the box and now finally does so. No practice swing from McClintock.
Wind up in the pitch. That's a breaking ball. That one's in there for strike 1.
McClintock's
McClintock's an interesting guy. Sometimes he'll just let the first pitch just go right by him, and he'll stand straight up with the bat on his shoulders. That one's ripped into the middle for a base hit. Sabre Dogs now on board with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. McClintock, just overall, just a great guy. Just one of the nicest guys you meet. Always greet you with a smile and always shake your hand. Glad to see he's doing so well this season. So that brings up Josh Pano. He had kind of an interesting encounter a couple weeks ago against the Up City Hotshots. He had a very rare 2-strike strikeout. As he was warned to step in the batter's box, he did not do so, and the umpire rung him up with a first strike, and then he continued to strike out as that one was hit. And that will be dropped by Brock Reller in right field as he headed it in, and then it went over his head. Rounding third, heading home is McClintock. The throw is going to be close. The throw is going to be in time by a mile. I thought that was going to be out by a mile, but Or excuse me, I thought that was going to be close, but it was in time, not even close. So the Sabre Dogs unable to get on the board as Pano gets on via a single as the first non-scoring inning for the Sabre Dogs. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Sabre Dogs once again lead 8-4. We'll be right back.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
Baseball.
Sabre Dogs will roll with Matt Startwell once again as he has went 3 innings so far. He has allowed 3 earned runs with 4 runs total, 4 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts as he will take on the bottom of the order rather. Nick Emanuel, Peter Carlson, and Dylan Sears coming up, these 7-8-9 hitters. That portion of the order was 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a run their first time through.
The catcher, number 21,
Nick Emanuel grounded into a double play his first time up back in the second inning.
So Nick Emanuel will lead things off for the Moo as we see Sartwell again.
Here's the first pitch from Sartwell. Swing and a miss. I might have got a piece of that as that will be strike 1.
Into a double play to end this second, his first time.
Infield playing pretty deep here.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Stoney and Pano, the middle infielders for the Sabre Dogs, is that one in the dirt. Nice stop by Justin Henley. It didn't really matter. Nobody on base.
It looked like his
Make it
season
1-1.
come to an end in Minot earlier this year when a hit by pitch broke his hand. Fortunately, about a month off, and he's back with us. A great defensive catcher. We've seen
Sartwell
it a few
sets
times already in his
and delivers.
3 games back.
As that one is outside for ball 2. Sartwell does like to work from the stretch despite not anybody being on.
Back into this one after trailing
Right-hander from Minot State.
3-run bottom of the third to make it 8-4. See how they respond with that 3-run inning.
Nobody on, nobody out. Here is the 2-1 pitch, and that one's in there to even the count at 2-2.
2-2 the count. On deck for
Last
the
inning, and back-to-back-to-back RBI singles from Luke White, Jack Simonson, and Barack Reller to make this an 8-4 game.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
2-2, foul tipped, and that one might have, I think I'm going to hit Henley a little bit as 2 catchers talking it out as Henley will get some extra time as the home plate umpire will deliver another baseball to pitcher Matt Startwell to give Henley some extra time.
Big thanks to everybody who's tuned in on Expedition League TV as well.
Matt Startwell started about the first 15 or 20 games so for the Sabre Dogs as they didn't have anybody else to play catcher for the team. Didn't have anyone until the second homestand of the season.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
2-2 pitch now as that is way outside. Fastball will make the count full.
Let's see if we can get a leadoff base runner on with Nick.
4 hits with their 4 runs for the Moo and 2 defensive errors.
Struggled a bit to find the zone. And here's the 3-2 to Emanuel.
3-2 hit towards center field. Bruce Taylor backing up. Now we'll hold on for out number 1. Wind is blowing out today towards right field as Justin Haley used that to his advantage to hit one out back in the 3rd inning. And that will bring up Peter Carlson, who was hit by pitch his last time up. Came around the score.
Second baseman, number 7, Pete Carlson.
First pitch.
Is low, but
that one is in there for strike 1 on the outside lower portion of the strike zone. Sabre Dogs have done a pretty good job of taking advantage of some of the umpiring in this league with the strike zones being pretty wide. As the 0-1, that one misses, leaving the count at 1-1. It's the second year of the Expedition League. Hopefully he's moved forward with the league. The word will get out about it and get some better D1 players in the league besides just on Western Nebraska. Is that one in there for strike 2? Sabre Dogs have a couple of big name school players, including Luke Quick goes to Oklahoma. Not playing tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball. That is nasty. That one in there for strike 3. Fantastic pitch from Sarwell. Took a little bit off of that one. First strikeout of the day for Sarwell. Now we'll bring up Dylan Sears. Sears flew out to center field his first time up and batting 9th for the Moo. He will conclude the second time through the hitting order.
2 gone in the inning for Dylan. Top of the order is on deck, and Tyler Bush.
First pitch, that one fouled back for strike 1. Massar, we're looking for his second 1-2-3 inning of the game. Had one back in the second inning, hit by pitch, and then followed by a fly out and a double play.
Here's the 0-1 to Dylan.
One pitch, that one misses upstairs on a fastball, evens the count 1-1. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the 5th will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Edwards, Henley, and Powers.
If he gets a hold of one, we could see a long ball from the man who
1-1 pitch.
in his life.
That one's a breaking ball. That one misses outside to make it 2-1.
If there's a day for left-handed hitters, it is today.
Sam Powers playing pretty deep over there in right field with the wind blowing out there. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, and that will make it 2-2. Coach Childs usually plays pretty shallow and left just because of how quick he is, and Bruce Taylor smack dab in the middle of center field.
Western Illinois Leatherneck steps into the box to face the 2-2 with 2 gone. Bases empty.
2-2 pitch hit well towards right field. That one is going to carry, and that one is going to be out of here. A solo home run for Dylan Sears makes it 8-5. It's just a 3-run game now.
Second home run of the season for Dylan Sears.
Now we'll bring up the top of the order with Tyler Push.
That home run brought to you by Keel's Barber
As the
Shop.
Moo mentioned, this game, when it was 8-1, said it's not going to be over as they score 3 runs in the 3rd, and now 1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
And then I'll bring up Tyler Bush.
Bush is 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a run, and a stolen base.
The center fielder from Fremont,
He grounded out to second base his last time up.
Here's Tyler. First pitch to Push.
First pitch, that one's in there. Strike 1 from Sartwell.
I told you, folks.
Continues to stay in the game.
To right field, that ball is leaving the ballpark. There's no doubt about it today.
A 1 pitch now, and that one's in the dirt.
Did he go? No, he didn't, according to the first.
Now make it 1-1.
We're even at 1.
I've never heard of some angsty crowd before.
The 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Sabre Dogs still lead at 8-5. 1-1 pitch now. In the air towards right field. That's going to carry, but it'll stay in the park and will be caught by Sam Powers for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Sabre Dogs continue to lead by 3, but that lead is narrowing every single inning. We'll be right back after these messages with Sabre Dogs Baseball.
All right, we'll send it down to Chris.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio. We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s with the award-winning Bobby Bones Show. And a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
James Skirdo still in the game for the Fremont Moo. Take a look at his stats so far today. He's in 4 innings. He's allowed 7 hits, 7 earned runs, with 8 runs total, as well as 4 walks and no strikeouts. Just a very, well, it's definitely an outlier on the season for Skirdo.
He's let off in the second and the third, and now the fifth. As it's 8-5.
Jace Edwards once again leading off the inning as the first pitch to him misses for, or actually is in there for strike 1, my pardon.
First pitch is in there for strike 1.
He's walked twice and gotten across home plate both times. Justin Henley's on deck, and Sam Powers is in the hole. The 1 pitch from the infielder from Spokane Community College. That one is outside to make it 1-1.
The pitcher who's on
Sabre Dogs can't let up here as they were scoreless in the 4th inning. They have scored 2 runs in the 1st and the 3rd, and 4 in the 2nd as that one is fouled off. And that'll make it 1-2. The Moose slowly climbing back into this game as they get 4 runs in the 3rd, and they get a solo home run in the 4th by Dylan Sears. As that one in the dirt misses away, and that will make it 2-2.
A lot of pitches outside today. Coming off his
Sabre Dogs trying to take advantage of the wind blowing out to right field. Also a pretty short ballpark.
Edwards down 2-2 here with nobody on the bases.
Compared to Corbett Field in terms of being short to the poles. As that one check swing, did he go?
Down. I don't think he was paying attention.
Still waiting for it there, and he did not go.
Emmanuel pointed down
Expedition League officials summed up right there.
I don't think he thought he was needed.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that one misses outside, and that will put him on board via base on balls for the 3rd time today. See if he can come around and score for the 3rd time today. So last time Justin Henley was up, he reached via, well, a home run. Got a 2-run home run that brought home Jace Edwards, catcher from Emmanuel College. His 9th hit of the season in his 2nd home run. First pitch. And that one is in there for strike 1. And surely Cruz Taylor can take advantage of the wind blowing out. Left-handed outfielder from the University of North Georgia, batting 3rd in the hitting order for the Sabre Dogs. Here is the 0-1 now. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It swung on and missed for strike 2, 0-2 the count.
Edwards has 2 stolen base on the season. See if he takes off here. Got a big lead over there first. Pretty much ignoring any sort of pickoff for pretty much all game long as that one is outside for ball 1. Trying to get Henley to chase, and he does not bite.
Outside, Henley wasn't having it. It's ball 1. 1-2 the count, and here is the delivery from Skirdo.
Skirdo sets and throws over to first.
Almost got him in time.
Haven't seen that too many times here this evening from Skirdo. Edwards over there on his toes. Gets a secondary lead. The pitch is in there for strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Skirdo.
That's the first strikeout of the night for
Just the 2nd of the game as Sartwell got his first of the night last inning. So that will bring up the number 8 hitter, Sam Powers, who is 1 for 2 with a single run and a fly out to right field.
Sam Powers.
Powers batting .209 on the season. First pitch, that one misses for ball 1. He's played 23 games so far, has 19 hits, as well as 11 RBI and 4 stolen bases.
Want to know the count. And runner takes off for second. Skirdo.
And now a pickoff move over to first, and he is out as Edwards gets a pickoff at first.
Really smart play by James Skirdo. He knew
As Edwards was taking off before the delivery to the plate was made, so that allowed Skirdo to stop off the back of the mound. His teammates were helping him out there. Here is the 1-0 pitch. As that's a swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 1-0-1.
One now.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Powers swings and misses that one. They'll make it 1-2 with 2 outs.
It's 1-2.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's get out of the inning, everybody.
Dakota back in the windup.
Here's the 1-2 from James.
And that one misses outside for ball 2. Everyone and their mother thought that was strike 3.
Nick Emanuel
was halfway to the dugout, and he has to come back.
That looks pretty good. I'm not going to say it was perfect.
It was a breaking ball. That misses. Here's a 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 3. That will end the inning. So that's the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Moo. We'll send it to the bottom of the 5th coming up in just a minute.
Moo fans, we are still doing
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. Fremont comes back to the plate as they trail 8-5, trying to make a comeback as the 2-3-4 hitters are coming up. Ronnie McBride, Luke White, and Jack Simonson are coming up. Take a look at the scores around the score around the league, I guess you could say, as the only game going on is between Casper and Wheat City.
A chance to continue chipping into this lead.
See if there's any score on Twitter as the first pitch misses low ball 1 from Matt Starwell, stays on the mound. So after the first inning, we do have a score. It is scoreless there between, once again, the Horseheads and the Whiskey Jacks. Game being played in Brandon, Manitoba. 1-0 pitch, that one misses way outside and low as well for ball 2.
First of 3 here against the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, and every game at this point so important for the Moo in this playoff push in the second half. If the playoffs started today, the Moo would be in a game and a half up.
2-0, that one misses, and that'll make it 3-0.
It's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes here.
Starwell just 1 walk so far.
Righty on righty matchup. That will.
Now it's to this guy, and he gets his second walk of the game. So that will bring up Luke White, who is 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and then got an RBI single back in the third, came around to score.
From Lewiston, Idaho, number 25, Luke White.
Now a mound visit from head coach Corey Thompson. They will go to the bullpen, so that will be it for Matt Starwell as he goes 4 innings. We'll take another break. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe. New pitcher for the Sabre Dogs is Braden Henley. So it'll be Braden Henley to Justin Henley.
For the Sabre Dogs, number 6.
As Henley has no decision so far, he has a 4.50 ERA in 2 games. He pitched yesterday, went an inning, allowed 2 walks, and had his first strikeout. The runner on first is responsible from the starting pitcher, Matt Startwell. So he'll take on Luke White, the number 3 hitter, also playing third base. First pitch to him, that one misses. Fastball for ball 1.
Sabre Dogs loss against Western Nebraska.
And Luke White was, he's 1 of 1, an RBI single, a run, and a hit by pitch. That one's hit well towards left field. That one hangs, and the wind's going to keep that one in the park, as at the track, Phil Childs will make the catch, and McBride will stay over at first. So a long, loud out from Luke White. I'll bring up cleanup man. Jack Simon's been playing first base tonight for the Moo. 2 RBI already today with an RBI triple play and an RBI single. That just sounds so weird coming out of my mouth.
Number 29, Jack Simonson.
Once again, runner on first. Brian reaching on a walk.
John, you made a new song for why Chris just told me not to play it anymore. Really? Yeah. That's weird.
So Henley sets. Looks over at first and now delivers. First pitch, that one hit high in the air, heading right to us. And that will be out of play for off the top of the press box. Hear that, probably. That'll be strike 1. Startwell is done with 4 innings, 5 hits. As of right now, 4 earned runs. Mentioned he's responsible for the man on first. He has 2 walks and 1 strikeout.
Ronnie takes off for second against the right-handed Henley.
McBride has his lead over at first, and a big lead at that, as the throw is high to Bo McClintock, but not too high to where it goes out of play.
And the count is still 0-1 with 1 gone in the inning. We were almost down just 1 run.
See if Simonson can get his 3rd RBI or maybe even his 4th of the day right here with 1 swing of the bat. Could make this a 1-run game. I have to go Oppo Tacos. The runner goes. This one's hit in the air towards right center field. Backing up Cruz Taylor, and that will be down for a base hit. Grounding second, hanging for 3rd is McBride, and Simonson will have himself a double, but runners on 2nd and 3rd for Brock Reller. So now the tying runner comes to the plate.
Jack Simonson, brought to you by
And here come the Fremont Moo. Brock Reller is 1 for 1 with an RBI single and hit by pitch.
Grand Forks, North Dakota, number 24, Brock Reller.
It's now 6 hits for the Moo with their 5 runs. The Sabre Dogs have 7 hits and 8 runs. Sabre Dogs have not scored since the top of the 3rd.
And here's the first pitch to Brock.
It's one of those shootout games with the wind blowing out. First pitch, swung on and missed on a curveball. Nice pitch from Braden Henley. One thing's for sure, definitely won't get their signs mixed up. Both go to the same college and come from the same household.
So it's Henley throwing to his
One pitch, that one popped up in the air. That one back up. Justin Henley will try to make a play, and he drops it. As he just misreads it there. And that will make it 0-2. It's a tough play because he was probably could reach out and touch the net where he was at. So he had that to worry about, as well as making the catch with a catcher's mitt, which is never an easy thing.
One more time, everybody. Here we go.
0-2 pitch coming up.
1, 2, 3.
So
Big gap up the middle between Mastoni and Pano.
Here's the 0-2 to Brock.
Mastoni playing very close to first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now on ground to the first baseman Clintock, who touched first base by himself. As that'll be an RBI ground out. That will bring home Ronnie McBride to make this 8-6. And Simonson moves over to third with 2 outs.
So that'll work. We get another run home.
So that will bring up Wilson Earhart, who is over 2 with 2 flyouts on the day, 1 to right field and 1 to the first baseman. Earhart, the designated hitter tonight for the Moo.
Katy, Texas, number 27.
As the Moo have now scored in every inning except for the second.
So here we go. Runners at the corners for Wilson.
We're on third. Henley can work from stretch here. Could work from the one if he wanted to. As the first pitch, that one in there for strike 1.
It's 0-1.
Tying runner at the plate for the Moo. Here's now the 0-1 pitch. Now misses way outside. That will make it 1-1, 2 down. And Sim Powers having to play almost near the track out there right field.
1-1 to Wilson.
Short park with the wind blowing out. That definitely does not make a good equation for the right-handed pitcher, Braden Henley, as that one misses to make it 2-1 as the left-handed hitter, Wilson Earhart, see if he can take advantage of it right here.
Here's the 2-1.
2-1 pitch from Henley. That one ripped in right field. Now dropped for a base hit, and that will make this a 1-run game.
We got another run.
As Simonson comes home, it's 8-7.
So an RBI single from Wilson Earhart. Wilson Earhart with his 23rd RBI of the season. And that will bring up Nick Emanuel 0 for 2 with a double play ball and a fly out to center field.
I misspoke. There were not runners at the corner, just a runner at third. And it's now a 1-run ball.
Sabre Dogs bring up the 9-1-2 hitters coming up with Mastoni, Childs, and Dennison coming up. First pitch, that one in there for strike 1.
Emanuel had a deep fly out to center field his last time. Hits are now even at 7 apiece. The Moo have had 10+ hits in each of their last 9.
Manuel has his lead over there at first.
Earhart at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Nick.
Clintock holding him on. 0-1 pitch. That one misses up and away for ball 1.
Also, this is my phone first, so I'm confused.
And he looks over at first once again.
On a strike to Emanuel.
Sabre Dogs trying to get out of this inning as they've already allowed 2 runs. And now a time called.
By Nick before the pitch. Very excitedly by the home plate umpire.
So Matt Sartwell actually picks up that extra earned run, so he finishes the day with 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 runs total, 2 walks and a strikeout. Now on a broken bat, pop up in the air towards shallow center field, and Nick Mastoni will make the catch to end the inning. This is a brand new ball game. It is now 8-7. Sabre Dogs still lead. We will head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball on the YouTube page of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
by that Valentine.
Sabre Dogs and Moo going into the top of the 6th inning. Sabre Dogs just holding on to a one-run lead as it was 8-1. It is now 8-7 as the Moo were able to score 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 2 now in the 5th. As the Sabre Dogs will bring up Nick Mastoni. He hasn't had an at-bat since the 3rd inning, as all the at-bats were scrunched close together. Now they're being separated out. As Skirto finally getting his swagger back, as it took him a while to really warm up, as he allowed, as I mentioned, he allowed all 8 runs in the first 3 innings.
And we will head to the 6th inning.
All the freshmen from St. Mary's College in California will come to the plate for the 3rd time today, as a fielder's choice RBI back in the 2nd came around to score, and then grounded out in the 3rd inning.
Number 13, Nick Mastoni.
So Mastoni comes up.
Wind up in the pitch from Skirto.
And the first pitch.
And that one is in there for strike 1 in the inside corner. Fastball, got him looking. 7 hits apiece now. Sabre Dogs just have that 1-run lead as the 0-1 grounder to Luke White charges. Throw from the infield grass is in time for out number 1. Luke White has been busy so far tonight defensively. And that will bring up the top of the order for the 4th time today with Philip Childs, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs.
Philip Childs.
Sophomore from the University of Texas Arlington. Playing left field for the Sabre Dogs. First pitch. That one is in there. Fastball. Strike 1.
A lot more like himself now. A lot of strikes. A lot of quick pitches from James on the mound, who now, with
a 1
the
pitch now.
has worked his way back.
That one is hit into the gap in left field. Base hits. That is his 3rd of the day. Sabre Dogs are back in business. Their first hit since the top of the 4th. Josh Pano got on with a base hit as the final at-bat of the inning, but unfortunately, Bubba McClintock was thrown out at the plate.
The designated hitter, Mason Dennison.
So that will bring up Mason Dennison, who lit things off in the 1st inning with a double. Also came around to score. He is 1 for 3.
In the inning, and here's Dennison, righty-righty matchup with 1 away. Runner at first.
Here goes Childs. The throw down to second will be in time. Got him by a mile. And Nick Emanuel having himself a nice day behind the plate with his arm. That is the 2nd caught stealing. Sabre Dogs are now 0 for 2 in steals, as Childs, if he had gotten that one, would have tied for the team lead at 25, but we'll have to wait until another time. Base is now empty for, oh, what a breaking ball there from Skirto. Bases are empty with 2 outs.
2 strikes, 2 outs, Moo Crew.
Wind up and the pitch. Another breaking ball, same spot, same result. And Dennison is down swinging, or down looking. And Mason Dennison just shakes his head at that one. So we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Sabre Dogs once again scoreless. Sabre Dogs continue to lead 8-7. We'll be right back. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe. Braden Henley coming out for a 2nd inning as they will take on the 8-9-1 hitters, Peter Carlson, Dylan Sears, and Tyler Push. Carlson is 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch as well as a run, and struck out his last time up back in the 4th.
So Pete will lead it off.
See if the Moo can continue to pile it on as they trail by just 1. After being behind 8-1, is now 8-7 as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
From here, but we'll take it. It's 1-0. The Moo are within a run. It's 8-7. After we were down 8-1 at one point in this
1-0
game.
pitch now. That one
This is
popped
gonna
up
be
and fouled out of
popped
play, and that will even the count at 1-1.
And it's 1-1.
No fans, a reminder, please be careful chasing foul balls.
Here's the 1-1.
1-1 pitch now. Now one is hitting the air towards center field. A little blooper, and that will drop for a base hit. In front of the center fielder, Cruz Taylor, and in between the second baseman, Nick Mastoni, and the shortstop, Josh Pano. That was his first hit of the day, and that will bring up Dylan Sears, who had a solo bomb back in the 4th.
Westphalia, Iowa, number 1, Dylan Sears.
So everyone except for Nick Emanuel has reached base so far today for the Moo already. We are just a little over halfway through this game.
Run of his entire life last time. He's had 2 home runs this year.
Carlson over at first has his lead. First pitch, that one misses low for ball 1.
In college at Western Illinois.
Clintock, when he covers the bag, doesn't have a foot on the bag like a lot of first basemen do. He kind of just stands in front of it.
I think it's the coolest fact about the Moo this year is that we have a guy who's literally hit.
Here's the 1-0 pitch now from Braden Henley. And that one in there on the outside corner. Looked a little bit outside to me, but we'll take it. Now, the reason why players will have a foot on the bag and be turned a little bit is so that way they can make a quicker tag, but McClintock instead stands straight at the pitcher. I'll have to ask him why he does that. I'm very curious. Here's the 1-1 pitch now. Breaking ball, fouled off, pulled that one to the Sabre Dogs dugout to make it 1-2.
A ball and 2 strikes here. Nobody out in the inning. A runner over at first is Pete Carlson, who represents a potential tying run.
Tim Powers deep over there in right field near the warning track with the wind blowing out. Here's the 1-2 now as that one misses up and away to even the count at 2-2. Now 8 hits apiece for both teams. 1, maybe 2 more, and the Moo could tie this game up. Still no outs. Remain on first. Leadoff single by Peter Carlson. Dylan Sears, number 9 hitter for the Moo, waits a 2-2 pitch from Braden Henley. And that one barely misses outside, and that will make it full. That looked pretty good. Tried to get a curveball on the back door, unable to get in the strike zone, says the home plate umpire. Braden gets the signal from his brother. Looks over at first. Now comes set.
Carlson leads off first.
Throw back over to first, and throw was to the far side of McClintock, and if you apply the tag, you probably have to go the other way.
And it's still 3-2 to Sears with Carlson at first. Big pitch here to Dylan. 3-2.
Payoff pitch. Bounce in the air towards left field. Phil Childs will move a couple steps into his right and be caught for the first out of the inning. Carlson will stay at first, and that'll bring up the top of the order for the 4th time today with Tyler Push, who is 1 for 3 with a run and a stolen base.
From Newman University, number
now
5,
has 22 stolen bases on the year.
Tyler Push comes up. Man, that would have been a nice walk there. Instead, 1 gone, and a runner still over at first for Push. Righty-righty matchup with 1 gone. The Moo down 1, 8-7.
First pitch from Tyler Push. That one misses for ball 1. Push from Newman University in Wichita, Kansas, which is my hometown. It's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Downtown Wichita, Kansas. Right next to their rival Friends University.
Here's the 1-0.
1-0 pitch now, as that one in there, strike 1, throw down to first, not in time. And Newman University, Friends University, and Wichita State University all kind of in the same area. Wichita State's a little bit further west and a little further south. Excuse me, north, rather.
Kind of collecting his breath, and now he's He's struggling with something.
Braden Henley bending and going onto his knees as McClintock and Justin Henley coming over, now signaling a trainer over. Of course, Sabre Dogs don't have a trainer. It'll be the trainer from the Moo. As Corey Thompson comes out. I'm not quite sure what he injured, and
yeah, this is weird. This is the
he's
first
bending
time
over.
like this all season. As Henley was.
I'm not quite sure what's exactly going on in terms of what he injured there. He made a pickoff move, and I think it has something to do with the mound. Maybe the mound was just in a bad spot for his foot, planted wrong. That's definitely a possibility.
We're playing baseball bingo.
Looks like he will stay in for the time being, but yeah, I think there's something wrong with his plantar foot, his left foot. When he came home, I think he might have twisted it.
For $2, you can guess.
So now we'll get some practice pitches this year.
In Bo's Lego box. The winner will head home.
So while we have some time, we'll take a look at the Casper Weed City game. Take a look at the score there. Whiskey Jacks lead the Horseheads 6-1 at the end of the second inning as they had a rain out earlier in the week. I don't think they were playing a doubleheader tonight, but point streak's not going to give us any answers, so we'll see what goes on. So Henley shakes it off and will stay in the game with a 1-1 count to Tyler Push. 1 man on, 1 man out.
1-1 to Tyler.
Now want to sit well towards left field, backing up with Stoke Childs, and that one is out of here, and the Fremont Moo have the lead for the first time today.
First home run of the season for
Tyler Push with his first home run of the year, if you heard that. That makes it as a 2-run home run for Tyler Push. That is his second run of the day. And that will bring up Ronnie McBride. He comes to the plate. Still waiting for his first AB as 2 walks and a hit by pitch with 2 runs.
That Tyler Push home run brought to you by Keel's Barbershop. Located at 94 West 6th
So the Moo
Keel's
complete the
Barbershop.
comeback and now have the lead, and we'll see if they can hold on to it as they have scored in every inning except for the second.
From LSU Alexandria, number 13, Ronnie McBride.
McBride coming into today's game with the best batting average on the team. First pitch is hit towards center field. Bruce Taylor comes in, and that will be caught for out number 2. So now batting for Fremont is Luke White. He is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single.
From Lewis and Clark State.
He's hit by a pitch back in the first inning and it flew out to left field back in the 5th.
It's the winner.
Wind up in the pitch from Braden Henley, staying in the game as that pitch is hit towards center field on a line, but right there is caught by Cruz Taylor to end the inning. So a 2-run home run from Tyler Push makes it 9-8. We will send it to the top of the 7th right after these messages.
We have a pretty popular game.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Come on, Mr. Butch. I know you're around here somewhere.
There we go.
Jim Skirdo coming out for his 7th inning already. This game has been flying by.
222. Congratulations.
So he has went 6 so far with 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 8 runs total with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. However, he has been without a run since the 4th inning, as all of his runs came in the 1st through 3rd innings. Last inning was a 1-2-3 inning, as a ground out, a single, and then a caught stealing, and then a strikeout as the first pitch to Cruz Taylor is in there for strike one. Taylor is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI, including an RBI single and a sac fly, as that one misses low to even the count at 1-1. Big inning here as Cruz Taylor trying to take advantage of that wind blowing out to right field, the lefty. Here's 1-1 now. That one is ripped to right field, hooking, and that will get down for a base hit, roll all the way to the wall, rounding first, heading for second. And Cruz Taylor will have a leadoff double to start the 7th inning. And that will bring up Bo McClintock. He is 1 for 1 with 2 RBI sac flies as well as a single.
We were doing so well. Let's try that again. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
RBI opportunity right here.
Number 32.
Big gap in between first baseman Simonson and second baseman Carlson.
So runner at second, the potential tying run at second.
First pitch.
Cruz Taylor, Bo McClintock is at the plate. First pitch.
Now on his head into the gap in left field, and Cruz Taylor head back to second, and then heads to third, as he will be in time with runners on the corners for Josh Pano, the shortstop for the Sabre Dogs. That was very fortunate that that ball didn't roll out there too far, because that was, if that was on turf and that rolls out to McBride, might have been able to get thrown out at third. May have even had to retreat back to second.
If Josh strikes out,
so that brings up Josh Pano. Sac fly opportunity right here to try to tie this game back up.
Tying run is at third.
Pano is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
Nobody out in the inning. And here's the first pitch from Skirdo.
First pitch, that one, a nice stop from Nick Emanuel for ball 1. That one misses low and away on a fastball. So that is the 10th hit of the game allowed by Skirdo. Continue to roll him out there as he has been doing well since the 4th inning.
Here's the 1-0 delivery.
1-0 pitch. That one grounded to the second baseman. Carlson could be trouble. There is one, and throw is not in time over to first. Josh Pano, the speedster, is in there, and that will score a run. That is Cruz Taylor who touches home plate. So it is tied 9-9 as McClintock is out at second, and Pano gets on via a fielder's choice.
Number 15.
That one was about as close as the play at first base back all the way in the, see if I can find it here, the 3rd inning, in which was also in the Sabre Dogs' favor. First pitch now to Juice Edwards. That one in there for strike 1 on the outside corner. Edwards still yet to have an at-bat. He has 3 walks today with 2 runs. Got picked off over at first back in the 5th inning. Pano has his lead. See if he tries to get a steal here. He has 19 on the year, which is tied for the 3rd most on the team, as that one misses to make it 1-1. Mentioned he has 15 since the second half started.
Pitches, so either here or the next inning will be his last inning, depending on how long this inning goes.
From the stretch. Here is the 1-1. Now on another nice scoop from Emanuel. Is that one low and away? Make it 2-1.
It's 2-1.
See if Pano can go Oppo Taco right here, when really helping the left-handed batters. Of course, Edwards, a right-handed hitter from Spokane Falls Community College.
2-1.
2-1 pitch. That one's a fastball. That one's in there on the inside corner. Don't think Juice like that one, but regardless, the count is out even. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Sabre Dogs have gained a run thanks to a fielder's choice that put Josh Pano on. As that one gets in between the legs of Emanuel, as that is the 3rd time a charm on the bad pitch. A runner in scoring position as Pano advances to second. So just 1 out, so could advance Pano over. Another big gap in between Carlson and Simonson, the second and first baseman for the Moo. Mainly because Carlson is holding on Pano over at second. Just kind of drifting over there.
Checks the runner at second.
Now backs off. 3-2 pitch, and now one in there for strike 3, as that one was a little bit up. And as a result, Edwards takes it, but is in there for a strike 3.
Oh my goodness. All right, so that's 2 gone.
So 2 down for Justin Henley. He had a 2-run bomb back in the 3rd. He also reached via walk back in the 2nd and struck out his last time up on the 5th. A 2-run bomb that brought home Juice Edwards.
So a base hit can give the Sabre Dogs the lead back.
See if Henley can take another one deep here. First
First
pitch, that one's ripped. That one foul down the first base line.
By a matter of 3.
That's that one by a millisecond.
That was almost a huge hit in the ball game.
The Painter retreats back over to second, and Henley will have to stand back in and await the 0-1 pitch from Skirdo. See how much longer they have the right-hand pitcher in for the Moo. He's went 6 2/3 with 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 5 walks, and 4 Ks. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing. That one misses outside, and that will even the count at 1-1.
On the outside corner, it's 1-1.
Sabre Dogs have the 3rd best batting average in the lead, only behind the 2 first-place teams, Badlands and Western Nebraska. Here's the 1-1 pitch now. Now on foul tip. Now we'll make it 1-2.
All right, so let's get out of the inning here.
It's been a very solid second half for the Fremont Moos. They've been able to win games constantly.
2 strikes, 2
As a
outs,
result,
let's
they
put our
have
hands
put
together,
themselves in
move
a
through.
spot to where they can get the playoffs with a 2nd position in the Clark Division. Trying to fend off the Hastings Sodbusters and the Casper Horseheads. Just got done completing a sweep against the Hub City Hotshots. Now a time call by Henley, as Skirdo's taking a while to get the signal from catcher Nick Emanuel. St. Powers is on deck if necessary for the Sabre Dogs. Once again, Skirdo sets, looks back at second.
Here is the 1-2 delivery.
1-2, nice breaking balls in there for strike 3. Beautiful pitch. That's the James Skirdo that made it to the All-Star game, as that will send us to the bottom of 7th. We'll stretch it out, and we'll be back with this tied game at 9-9. We'll be right back.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
105.3 The Fox is Monarch's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
Sabre Dogs and Moo tied 9-9 going into the bottom of the 7th. As for the Moo, they will bring up the heart of the order with Jack Simonson, the cleanup hitter, Brock Raylor on deck, and Wilson Earhart in the hole. Jack Simonson is 2 for 3, my mistake. Single, a double, a run, and 2 RBI, including an RBI triple play and an RBI single. I still can't get over that. Wind up the pitches. Brayton Henley stays in the game. That one is hit towards right field. Is hooking, and that will drop in for a base hit. Rounding first, heading for second is Simonson. And he's going to head for 3. No, he's going to stop on second. Now he's going to head for 3. Second try. Stoney throw down to second. No, he's not going to throw down to third. So he hesitates in between second and third and still gets a stand-up triple. That was just put in the right spot in right field. So that will bring up Brock Raylor, who is 1 for 2.
Minnesota Cruxton.
He has 2 RBI with a single and an RBI groundout. The go-ahead runner over at third. Just need a fly ball deep enough in the outfield.
He's now had 10 hits in 10 consecutive games. And here's Mr. Brock Reller with a chance to give us the lead back.
First pitch, that one's in the dirt. Nice stop from Braden's brother, Justin.
Jack to hold up at third.
That'll make it 1-0. So both teams with 10 hits and 9 runs apiece. Only difference between the error is the difference. Fremont has 2, and Sabre Dogs have just 1.
Delivers, and it's outside for ball
1-0 pitch, that one a fastball that misses away, and make it 2-0. Reller has the most RBI on the team with 31. Could extend that right here.
A bit easier to deal with those Sabre Dogs in the first half. As here is the pitch.
2-0, grounded to the first baseman McClintock, but foul, and that will make it 2-1.
I'm not sure if that would have gotten the run home anyway, so it's 2-1. Moose 19, are you talking about Expedition League TV or Mixler?
That would almost be a little bit of a break for the Moo that one was foul.
Please let me know.
Runner at third, Simonson probably would have not been able to advance, so now Simonson is actually just a home run away from the cycle.
2 balls and a strike.
2-1 pitch, breaking ball misses away for ball 3.
Jack Simonson has a single, a double, and a triple. He's a home run shy of the first cycle in Moo history.
2 RBI for Reller so far today, trying to get a third here.
3-1 with nobody out. The go-ahead runs at third, and Jack Simonson.
That one's hit high in the air towards left field. Philip Childs will make the catch to see if that'll bring the runner home. Childs doesn't have the best arm on the team, as the third of the plate is going to be short, and that will give the Moo the lead back.
Sacrifice fly, Brock Reller, and your Moo have the lead.
So that will bring up Wilson Earhart as Brock Reller picks up his third RBI of the day. And Earhart, speaking of RBI, has a single with an RBI back in the 5th.
From Hill College, number 27, Wilson Earhart.
So the bases are empty with 1 gone, and here's Wilson.
It's been an absolute shootout so far. I mentioned it's 10-9 now.
Regain the lead 10-9. First pitch to Earhart is going to hit
First
the
pitch, that one is in there. Breaking ball on the back door makes it 0-1.
Wild game so far.
Base is empty with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th for the Moo. It's a 1-1. Actually, now it is 1-1 as the 0-1 pitch misses up and outside. Sabre Dogs trying to snap their 4-game losing streak that they accumulated back in Gary, Nebraska this past weekend.
1-1 pitch.
1-1 pitch now. Fouled back into the screen. It'll make it 1-2.
1-2.
Henley here in his 3rd frame has 2 innings coming into today's game. His 3rd appearance of the game, that is a strikeout. That brings up Nick Emanuel with 2 down. 0 for 3 today, a double play back in the 2nd, and 2 flyouts in the 4th and 5th innings respectively.
From North Dakota State, number 21, Nick Emanuel.
Be interesting to see what the Sabre Dogs do with the bullpen coming into the 8th inning as the first pitch. That one is in there. Fastball, strike 1 on the lower portion of the strike zone.
Before coming to the Moo here in year 1 of the Fremont franchise, year 2 of the Expedition League.
Here now is the 0-1 pitch. That one hits the dirt and pops up and hits the home plate umpire in the mask.
Off the dirt at home plate.
That'll make it 1-1. And that one just misses outside. That'll make it 2-1 now. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the 8th will be Sam Powers, Nick Mastoni, and Philip Childs.
2 balls and a strike here.
2-1 pitch is hit well towards right field, but not well enough as Sam Powers playing deep. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Sabre Dogs now trail 10-9. We'll head to the top of the 8th coming up after a quick break.
All right, we'll send it down to
Ellis Teca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio. We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s, with the award-winning Bobby Bones Show. And a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
James Skirdo is going to come out for yet another inning, and Fremont notorious for extending starting pitchers, stretching them out for long lengths of time as he has went 7 innings, still at 10 hits, with 8 earned runs, 9 runs total, with 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. Once again, coming up for the Sabre Dogs is Sam Powers, Nick Mastoni, and Philip Childs. Sam Powers is 1 for 3 today with a single and a run, as well as a flyout and a strikeout. Sam Powers, the right fielder from Montana State Billings University, will wait for Skirdo to get a couple extra warm-up pitches here. Really surprised that he's gone this deep in the game, but then again, this is Fremont we're talking about here. Mentioned they go deep with their starters. Sabre Dogs are on the opposite side of the spectrum. They like to limit it to about 80-85 pitches for each starter. Probably have to extend that a little bit due to the fact that Sabre Dogs are so short on arms.
So here we go. It is 10-9. The move on top. James Skirdo is here.
First pitch from Skirdo in the windup, and that one is ripped down the third base line, fair into left field. Rounding first, heading for second is Powers, and that will be a leadoff double for Sam Powers.
Bring up Nick Mastoni. 1, 2, 3.
Powers gets his 5th double of the season. That will bring up Nick Mastoni. He has back-to-back groundouts to the third baseman Luke White. Prior to that, had an RBI fielder's choice.
So Mastoni comes up with a chance to tie this game.
Mastoni was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI yesterday, as well as a stolen base. It was his 3rd of the season. Skirdo sets. And delivers. Now misses low and away. Fastball, make it 1-0.
One ball, no strikes here.
Top of the order, Philip Childs on deck. Trying to get through the 5th time of the order. 1-0 pitch. Getting a bunt down. It fouled back. And that will make it 1-1. Good idea there, trying to get the Moo off guard as everyone playing their normal positions.
Crucial 8th inning. It's 10-9. The Moo have come back from an 8-1 deficit to take a 1-run.
Nobody out. Runner on second is Sam Powers. Sabre Dogs trying to at least tie it up here, if not take the lead. It's a tying run over at second base. This is 10-9. 11 hits from the Sabre Dogs so far today. Skirdo sets once again. Now it misses up high, and that'll make it 2-1 now. Skirdo has 5 strikeouts in the past 3 innings. Didn't have any going into the 5th inning.
Double down the left field line. 2-1 pitch.
2-1, waits on that grounder. Throw over to Sears. Sort of first is over the head of Simonson. He comes down with it and tags out Nick Mastoni. And Sam Powers will be safe at third. And Sears with an error earlier today almost commits another one there. So that will bring up Phil Childs, who is 3 for 4 today. 3 singles, as well as 2 runs.
So here we go with the infield.
Skirdo still in the game. A sac fly could make this once again a tied game as that one misses. As the infield playing in, the middle infielders playing in the infield grass. Right fielder Brock Reller playing in pretty shallow considering the wind's still blowing out to right field. Throw over to third. Nobody over there.
Oh, they called a balk.
And they're going to say that that's a balk.
Are you serious?
As the right-handed pitcher, Skirdo, balked, and that will give the Sabre Dogs a tying run.
And it's 10-10. Unbelievable.
That's the third time that's happened this year for the Sabre Dogs. They've balked a run in.
Unbelievable.
Should I play a song since coach is coming up?
And now Childs will have
Unreal. How?
empty bases.
Where?
With a 10-10 game, and it is a 1-0 count.
Oh, my.
Well, stoppage in the play is the head coach for the Moo having a word with the home plate umpire, giving an update on the Casper Wheat City game.
To come in
and Horsehead is trying to stay in the game as after 3 innings, Wheat City still leads 6-3.
And it's 1-0 to Childs with 1 gone, the base is empty.
1-0 pitch to Philip Childs. That one misses inside for 2-0.
2-0 pitch.
That one misses outside to make it 3-0.
3-0. 3 balls, no strike.
3-0 pitch. That one just barely in there. Strike 1. And that one misses for ball 4. So the official ruling is a balk will be called when a pitcher who is on the rubber makes any motion naturally associated with his pitching delivery and does not actually deliver the ball, feigns a throw to first or third base, and fails to complete the throw. And that is exactly what Skirdo did, so that is a good call. And now a mound visit, and that might be the end of Skirdo's day. As Phil Childs reaches via the walk, and that will be it for the right-hander. The All-Star done after 7 1/3. We'll take a break. We will be back with more Sabre Dogs baseball. Don't go anywhere. We got a fun one.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
So 1 gone, runner over at first. Here's the first.
Miss Nissen comes to plate with the new pitcher being Nate Jenkins for the Moo. That one is hit down the third baseline. That's fair. Off the glove of Luke White. Rounding second aim for third is Phil Childs, and he's going to be in there. It'll be a double by Mason Dennison.
Down the left field line.
Sabre Dogs have 2 men in scoring position with just 1 out, and that will bring up Cruz Taylor.
Good effort by Luke. He just couldn't get enough glove on it. That brings up Cruz Taylor.
Number 18, Cruz Taylor.
Taylor is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBI, including a double and a run, as well as a sac fly.
In this game, but every time we've come back, there's been an answer from.
Taking a look at the stats for Nate Jenkins on the year, he has a record of 1-2, and now they're going to intentionally walk Cruz Taylor.
Force at home and bring up Bo McClintock, the cleanup hitter.
And that will bring up Bo McClintock, who is 2 for 2, and I'm not quite sure if this is a great move. I mean, it does give the Moo a right-handed header. I think that's probably the strategy. But so far, he has not done anything wrong. He has 2 sac flies and 2 singles. 10-10 our score. At best, a no decision coming up for James Skirdo as the leading run over at third for the Sabre Dogs. 12 hits for Service Valley, 10 for Fremont. There's a long windup waiting for the first pitch from Jenkins as it is a fly ball towards right center field, and that will be caught by Push, but that will give the Sabre Dogs a lead, as that is his third sacrifice fly to center field today. It is now 11-10 with 2 out. So Child scores, Dennison advances to third, and Taylor will stay at first.
It's time for your beer batter, Josh Pano.
If Josh strikes out, it's
that will bring up Josh Pano.
He
He is 1 for 3 with an RBI fielder's choice back in the 7th and a single back in the 4th.
11-10 now, as the Sabre Dogs have regained the lead. Runners at the corners, and this is a crucial at-bat.
Jenkins has an 11.42 ERA as the first pitch misses low, 4-1, and the throw down to second is in time, as that was an interesting scenario there as Manuel scooped that one up to make the throw and still able to get him out. What an arm from Nick Emanuel. So that will send us to the bottom of the 8th as the Sabre Dogs still lead 11-10. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs baseball. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe. New pitcher for the Sabre Dogs is Caden Kalber, as how about Braden Henley going for his longest outing of the season? He only had 3 outings of the year, as he goes 3 innings with 5 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And that's good enough to possibly give him the win. And once again, it is Caden Kalber, as he pitched 2 nights ago against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. He gave up 3 earned runs and probably his worst outing of the season. But prior to that, he had 3 outings in the span of a week in which he got 2 saves and a win. So he has been almost a sort of closer for the Sabre Dogs in replacing of Bradley Spooner and Jason Mapston as well, who has also been the closer from time to time for the Sabre Dogs. And heck, Chase Grillo has a save this season as well. So that will bring up the 8-9-1 hitters for the Fremont Moo: Peter Carlson, Dylan Sears, and Tyler Push. Crucial 1-2-3 for the Sabre Dogs, as they will then have to take on the heart of the order. If they go 1-2-3, that would be in the bottom of the 9th. The Sabre Dogs were to hold on to their 11-10 lead. So Caden Kalber taking a look at his stats on the season.
Number 7.
has a record of 2-0 with a 6.58 ERA with 10 games under his belt, 2 saves, 13 2/3 innings, 19 strikeouts, 7 walks, 13 hits, and a 146 whip with 12.51 strikeouts per 9 innings. Carlson comes to the plate 1 for 2 with a single and 2 runs, as well as a hit by pitch.
The move scored in every inning since the third.
Calvert comes set and delivers the first pitch. The sidearmed right-handed thrower from Spokane Falls Community College. That one is outside for ball 1. Calvert stands at 6'8", the tallest Sabre dog on the team by 4 inches.
Community College. Brendan Duncan and Nolan Guidry are teammates with him at Spokane.
Well, no, that's thrown behind the second baseman, Pierre Carlson.
Unfortunately, it wasn't the second time Pete got hit.
That'll be 2-0. That happened against Western Nebraska, and they did not take that lightly.
2 balls and no strikes with nobody out. Pete Carlson leads the inning off. 8-9-1 up for the move here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Pete.
Here's a 2-0 now. And that one is in there for the first strike of the night for Calber on the inside corner. That makes it 2-1.
Here's the 2-1.
Nobody on, nobody out. Calber sets and lets it fly. That one ripped down the third base side. Foul. Past the diving third baseman, Jace Edwards, unable to get to it.
2-2 as that was almost extra.
Unable to make, or just barely unable to make the play.
Strike.
That would have been trouble.
Strike of the AB. It's 2-2.
It was hit fast enough to get past Juice Edwards and hit slow enough to where it could skid across the outfield grass and make problems for Philip Childs out in left field who have to come in.
Here's the 2-2.
2-2 pitch now. Is that wide close stance, and that one makes it 3-2. Never seen someone with such a close stance that Caden Calber has. Not necessarily a bad thing. Definitely is more deceptive, unable to pick up on some of the hand gestures he has. Makes it a little bit more difficult to pick up the pitch. 3-2 now. Now it hit right behind Caden Calber and under the glove of the diving shortstop, Josh Pano.
Diving shortstop, and that'll bring up Dylan Sears.
So once again, the Moo reach base as they have scored in every single inning.
Western Illinois,
after the second.
Dylan Sears.
So that'll bring up Dylan Sears, who had his 3rd home run of the season back in the 4th inning.
Dylan has had a good day at the plate. Wind is still blowing out.
The tying runner over at first, go-ahead runner at the plate.
His 2nd of the season. He represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. Pete Carlson
Sears from Western Illinois University, hometown of Westphalia, Iowa.
On its way.
First pitch. Gonna get a bunt down, and that one behind Justin Ellie, the catcher, and that will be strike 1.
So we're trying to get Pete in the scoring position for the top of the order, which is next up in Tyler Push.
On deck is the top of the order for the Moo with Tyler Push, who is 2 for 4 on the day with a 2-run home run in his last AB back in the 6th inning.
Here's the 0-1 to Dylan.
0-1 pitch, another bunt, he pulls it back, and that will make it even at 1-1, a low fastball.
From Calvert. As it's 1-1 now.
Carlson with some speed over there at first base has 9 stolen bags, which is 3rd on the team. Got a big lead over there at first. Keeps getting bigger, and there he goes. Gets the bunt down in front of, and actually it's spun back behind the home plate, so it's going to be a foul ball.
He picked it up on the plate.
It stayed in fair territory, had some backspin on, spun behind home plate, and that is a foul ball. That'll be 1-2. So Peter Carlson will head back to first. Probably need to keep an eye out on Carlson. He had a huge lead over there at first, probably about 4 steps, but however, he is quick, so probably wouldn't be able to get back to the bag. Still nobody out
So it's 1-2
in the
now.
bottom of the
See,
8th.
this is
Sabre
gonna
Dogs
get
lead
the
this
buck
one
out.
11 to
Force the
10.
swing here with 2 strikes on it.
Calber sets, looks on over to
Here's the pitch
first.
to Dylan.
Now steps off.
Before the pitch is delivered
Good
by
idea
Calber.
there. Everyone at Moorfield wanting a balk. All for that balk that was in the previous inning that brought home Sam
In the top half
Powers.
of the inning before taking the lead later in the inning. Here's the 1-2 to Dylan.
1-2 pitch now.
You can tell we're not salty at all.
Secondary lead, grounded
on the right side.
foul
Keeps the count
by
at
Dylan
1-2.
Sears, and that will keep it at 1-2.
And top of the order back up to Tyler Push, so that makes this AB.
It's a long
from
at bat
Dylan
for Dylan
extremely
Sears. King
important.
Calber getting his pitch count up. Trying to keep that low, as most likely will be asked to come out for the 9th inning. Sabre Dogs don't have enough arms to go 4 deep in a game.
Here's the 1-2.
1-2 pitch. That one's a pop up in the air. Henley will try to track it behind home plate, and that one's going to get out of here, and it'll stay 1-2.
One of the best catches by a fan this year. There's a young lady who can't be more than 5 who almost was able to haul that in over the shoulder. Instead, it's going to remain 1-2.
And if you go 4 pitchers deep, that is literally 2/5 of your entire pitching staff. I mean, that's just something that the Sabre Dogs are not going to be able to do. Unless this thing goes into extras, of course. They'll go with Calber as long as he
One
can.
ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's Dylan. Carlson's
Hasn't gone longer than 3 innings this season.
1-2 pitch to Sears.
1-2 pitch now. Now let's hit up the middle, and that will be in front of Cruz Taylor. And that will put runners on first and second. So that will put runners on first and second, back-to-back singles from Carlson and Steers, and that will bring up the top of the order with Tyler Push. And again, had that 2-run home run back in the 6th. He is 2 for 4. Got on via the single back in the first inning.
Out of Fremont, Nebraska.
Now put mound visits, checking up on Caden Calber, some of the infielders. Make sure everyone's on the same page, talking strategy here.
We're going to get a...
Sabre Dogs still holding on to a slim 1-run lead. It is 11 to 10.
The infielders for Surf Valley.
Oh, we got a lightning delay. Fantastic picture of the Lightning over on the Casper Horsehead's Twitter page. As last update, we have a 6-3 lead from the Whiskey Jacks after 3 innings. So again, a lightning delay. That's going to be at least another 25 minutes because that was taken 5 minutes ago.
Because there's a clean version of it.
So here we go. Here's Tyler. Nobody out.
Calber runners on first and second. He sets.
First pitch to Push.
Now he's going to step back. Nobody holding on the runner at second. Peter Carlson.
Calber.
I assure everyone at Moorfield, every single pickoff move is not a balk. Calber sets. It's back over at first. Now steps off the back of the mound, and once again, everyone here at Moeller Field not happy with the fact that Calber's taken a while.
So still nobody out. And Push has still not had a pitch delivered to him.
Still waiting the first pitch. 2 looks back to second base, and first pitch. That one, this is inside, and Push trying to sell it like he got hit, but was not. Now make it 1-0.
On deck is Ronnie McBride. So move down by 1 here, 11 to 10.
Big time inning here for Caden Calber, already in a early inning jam with nobody out and runners on first and second. Looking for their first win in over 5 days.
Here's the 1-0 to Push. Tyler in the box. Here's the delivery. And that's it.
That one also misses inside, but actually, no, that one's a strike. Wow. Everyone here thought that that was a strike, and someone just got thrown out of the game.
Oh, no, we've got it.
I don't know if that was the head coach, but someone just got ejected over there in the bullpen, and it was number 4 over there. Nolan Guidry, not playing today, but saying too many words, and he has been ejected from this game.
Nolan Guidry has been ejected from the ball game.
He wanted to get ejected.
So he moves over to a picnic table right next to the dugout. Third base coach is giving him a hand over there, probably saying some things that the whole entire team has wanted to say all night long. Sure is not safe for FCC airwaves. 1-1 count coming up as Caden Calber still trying to work up against Tyler Push.
He definitely took the blame for someone else. Oh, 34. That's the code.
So Push now has to face a 1-1 pitch.
Once again, the runner over at first is Dylan Sears, and Peter Carlson over at second as Nolan Guidry just got tossed from the game. One of the substitutes for the Fremont Moo.
Going to change.
Here's Push following the ejection of relief pitcher Nolan Guidry from the Moo dugout. 1-1.
Calber sets. Here is the 1-1. Now on a grounder right to the third baseman, Juice Edwards, and he'll tag the first out. And there will remain runners on first and second as Peter Carlson is out. Sears on to second, and Push reaches on a fielder's choice. So one down now. That will bring up Ronnie McBride. Still no hits for him, but he has been walked twice and has come across home plate twice. McBride playing in left field for the Moo this evening.
Number 13, Ronnie McBride comes up with one gone. Runners at first and
McBride was thrown out at the plate, a part of that triple play back in the first inning as the first pitch misses inside, a fastball. It's Calbers, very smart, attacking the inside corner. That's a spot that the umpire just started calling.
This is our best opportunity here. The top of the order up, runners at first and second with one gone.
Here is the 1-0 pitch.
And
now on another slow grounder to Juice Edwards, and the throw over to first will be in time for out number 2, and that will advance the runners to second and third.
With 2 gone for the most clutch man all season in Luke White.
So McBride a 5-3, and that'll bring up Luke White. He is 1 for 3 on the day. An RBI single back in the third, and then 2 flyouts. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the ninth, it will be Josh Pano, Juice Edwards, and Justin Henley.
So can Luke come through again, the Expedition League All-Star, with a chance to give the Moo a lead?
Luke White participated in the Home Run Derby.
Bush is at second.
And now they're going to automatically walk him, and that will load the bases to bring up Jack Simonson. I don't know how smart of a play this is. He has a single, a double, and a triple so far today. And you're walking a guy. I mean, I am completely aware he has a lot of power. But you're talking about a guy who is just white hot this evening. But we'll see if this pays off. This is a bold move by head coach Corey Thompson. Hoping this pays out. So he had an RBI triple play in the first inning, an RBI single in the third, a double and a run in the fifth, and a triple and a run in the seventh, as he is a home run shy of the Expedition League's first cycle. Calber sets. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Sabre Dogs still lead 11-10 as that one is hit towards right field. Slicing, and that will drop for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Runners on second and third. And now 3 runs will score. It is a 3 RBI double for Jack Simonson. That is his second double of the day, and he is having a fantastic night. So the move to intentionally walk Luke White ends up biting head coach Corey Thompson and the Sabre Dogs in the butt, as it is now once again 13-11. This is not over by any means. Sabre Dogs still have the top of the ninth, and the Moo on the mound have not been pitching their best game. So Dylan Sears, Tyler Push, and Luke White all score on that one right there. As Brock Reller comes to the plate, first pitch misses outside on a fastball, still 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Has 3 RBI in the day with a single, a RBI groundout, and RBI sac fly. Actually, he would be 1 for 2. Simonson came into tonight's game leading the team in RBI with 31. He now has 35 with 4 today, as that one is in there for strike 1 to even the count. Simonson clears the bases over there at second. Got that 3 RBI double.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 gone.
One pitch. And that one just barely misses inside to make it 2-1.
Same location as the previous pitch, but it called inside. It's 2-1.
Sabre Dogs is going to keep rolling with Calber with the limited arms.
2-1 with 2 gone. The Moo have scored 3.
Here is the 2-1 pitch now.
Lead in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 pitch. Brock
Foul tip
no.
off of the shin guard of Justin Henley, and the home plate umpire will give Henley some extra time here. So once again, the Sabre Dogs will bring up the 5, 6, 7 hitters: Josh Payno, Jace Edwards, and Justin Henley.
1, 2, 3.
13 hits on the day for the Moo with their 13 runs, 12 hits and 11 runs for the Sabre Dogs.
Knock on wood, John. You better knock on wood. You said last one of the night.
Loudest.
Oh. I heard last one.
Now time is called once again. Albert has been taking his time on the mound, nothing wrong with that, trying to make sure he has,
Loudest, not last one of them.
making sure he has all the momentum that he has on the mound, which is after the 3 RBI double, not a whole lot. Make sure he has maintained of the pace. 2-2 pitch. Ahead of that breaking ball, and that will end the inning. So unfortunately, Calvert doesn't have his best stuff here this evening as he allows 3 runs to give the Moo a 2-run lead. We'll head to the top of the ninth. We'll have one more opportunity.
What you got? Moo Crew is on my...
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
105.3 The Fox is Minot's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
Nate Jenkins is still out on the mound for the Moo as he'll come in and try to get the save. Sabre Dogs trail 13-11 thanks to a 3 RBI double from Jack Simonson. Once again, the Sabre Dogs bring up the 5, 6, 7 hitters: Josh Payno, Jace Edwards, and Justin Henley. Jenkins went 2/3 innings with a hit and no runs, walks, or strikeouts. The first pitch misses for ball 1. Edwards is 1 for 3 today, an RBI fielder's choice back in the 7th, as well as a single back in the 4th. As that one misses as well, make it 2-0. Jenkins trying to actually get the win, not the save, as Scruto got a no decision. 2-0 pitch. Now one misses inside for ball 3. Sabre Dogs are still alive. This game is anything but over here. Just a 2-run lead for the Moo with a absolute shootout going on here in Fremont, Nebraska at Mueller Field. 3-0 pitch. And that one is in there for strike 1. Fastball in the inside corner.
There's one!
About the same spot that the Moo had Nolan Guidry got ejected on. So I'm pretty sure Payno didn't like that call. 3-1 pitch now. And swings at that one. That one is foul as it took some weird spin after it hit home plate. Went in fair territory and spun foul down the third base line. Now it's down 3-2. Nobody out, nobody on. In the top of the ninth, Sabre Dogs once again trail 13-11. They have 12 hits with their 11 runs. 13 hits and 13 runs for the Moo.
See how Nate does here on a full count pitch. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the ninth. The move lead
Payoff pitch from Nate
Here's the
Jenkins.
3-2,
Now on
and
grounded,
it's gonna be
fouled on the
off.
third
All right,
base
so let's try
line
it
for.
again.
Well, they'll keep it at 3-2. Casper and Wheat City still in a rain delay. Got about 10 minutes left at least on that.
2. Here's the pitch.
3-2 pitch. That one's ripped into left field and now dropped for a base hit. Sabre Dogs are still alive. Running first and heading for second is Pano. And that rolls all the way to the wall as McBride has a tough time fielding it in left field, and that will be a leadoff double. That will bring up Jace Edwards.
Number 15, Jace Edwards.
Edwards 0 for 1 with 3 walks and 2 runs. Tying runner at the plate.
So Edwards represents a tying run as the Moo lead by 2 here in the top of the ninth. Still nobody out.
Jenkins from the stretch. Nobody holding on the runner at first, Josh Pano.
First pitch is
That one misses upstairs for ball 1. Now Pano is aggressive. We'll see if he's aggressive enough to take third. He has 19 stolen bases on the year, third most on the team. You've seen him steal third multiple times this season. However, with Emmanuel throwing so well behind the plate, they probably won't send him. 1-0 pitch. As that one's in there for strike 1. Pano already caught stealing back in the first inning, and 2 other caught stealings earlier in the game.
When should I do that?
1-1 pitch. Sorry about that. And that one hit into right field. A little blooper, and that will be foul down the first base side. And that'll make it 1-2. Just missed that one by a half an inch. Pano still over there at second. Nobody out at the top of the ninth. Tying runner at the plate.
That can't happen.
Sabre Dogs still looking for their first win since the All-Star break.
Come up here in the middle of the game and do that. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Nate.
1-2. Fouled back into the screen, and Edwards stays alive. Edwards on the season batting 197 prior to today's game with 10 RBI in his 20 games he has started in. Pano has his lead over at second. Nobody holding him on.
Jenkins on the
Big gap up the middle.
in this ball
Just
game.
calling out Edwards' name. Carlson playing pretty close to the first base side despite being a right-handed hitter. Not quite sure if that's what their intention is. Keep an eye on that.
Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Jenkins settles. 1-2 pitch. Outside, off the dirt, skips off Emmanuel, and that will bring Pano over to third. So now all Edwards needs is a sac fly to make it a 1-run game.
Batter at the plate. As it's 2-2 now.
So wild pitch makes things a little bit easier for Jace Edwards. Hopefully that'll kind of clear his head just a little bit as he'll settle in once again with a 2-2 count against him.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Still nobody out. 2-2 pitch. And that one hitting the air towards right field. That at least get the run in is carrying, and that is going to be off the wall, and that'll score 1 run. Heading for second and getting there safely is Edwards. And that is an RBI double. And that will make it a 1-run game. Still nobody out. Tying runner over at second. First base hit and RBI of the day for Edwards. Now bring up Justin Henley. Came into today's game with an .094 batting average, but has a home run back in the third inning. Now a mound visit.
So that'll bring
Go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station. Mix puts our personality and music focus on adult women, whether it's the moms at home or at work, to those that are business owners, or the women who have declared 50 is the new 30. Let Mix go to work for you, playing a variety of music from the 80s, 90s, and today, and can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices all across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. We are Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station.
Now coming to the plate is Justin Henley. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a 2-run home run back in the third, as he have the tying runner over at second here in the top of the ninth. It is 13-12. Sabre Dogs trail by 1. No one out. Now getting a bunt down is foul down the third base side, and that will be strike 1 for Henley.
Sabre Dogs now trying to tie this game before we get to the bottom of the ninth.
Don't know if that would have even got the job done. It was pretty deep, as Luke White over there, the third baseman.
One-run lead. The tying run is at second. The potential go-ahead.
Sabre Dogs are a base hit away from extending this game.
There's 2 doubles, or a double and a error.
It's been a long game so far, coming up on 3 hours. The 1 pitch, that one's hit high in the air. That will not get the job done, as it is in shallow left field, and that will be caught by the shortstop Dylan Sears for out number 1. So that brings up Sam Powers, who is 2 for 4. He reached home on that balk back in the 8th inning.
Number 28, Sam Powers.
See if he can get his 3rd hit of the day and bring home the runner to tie the game. 1 out for the right fielder from Montana State Billings University. First pitch. Now and foul back into the screen for strike 1. 13 hits with the 12 runs to boot. As for the Moo, they also have 13 hits with their 13 runs.
No balls and a strike. 1 gone. The potential tying run is at second for the Sabre Dogs here in the top of the ninth.
Actually, 14 hits for the Sabre
Here's
Dogs.
the 0-1.
A 1 pitch now.
Breaking ball.
And breaking ball, that one misses inside or up for ball 1.
Good pitch by Nate. And we're even at 1.
Powers has been hitting well in the second half of the season.
Here's the 1-1.
Batting .259, 7 for 27 with 4 RBI. 1-1 pitch. Now and foul back into the screen, staying alive, make it 1-2. Nick Mastoni on deck, the number 9 batter for the Sabre Dogs. Their last win was against the Western Nebraska Pioneers on the Sunday before the All-Star break. That was an 8-5 win for the Dogs. Since then, have lost 4 straight to Western Nebraska. 1-2 pitch. And that one in there, strike 3 for out number 2. So the Moo are just 1 out away from winning this game. As Mastoni comes to the plate, he is 0 for 4 with an RBI fielder's choice back in the second, came around to score. Freshman from St. Mary's College in California.
Valley Sabre Dogs tonight. 13-12.
Big gap in the opposite field between second baseman Carlson and first baseman Simonson. First pitch is in there. Fastball down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Gets a sign from third base coach Brock Bockham.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Jenkins now sets. Doesn't look anywhere. Now goes straight to the plate. 0-1. Fouled off down the right field line. That'll make it 0-2. So now just 1 strike away.
2 strikes, 2 outs on your feet. Move, fans. Get your
Moo trying to give the Sabre Dogs their 5th straight loss. Base hit could tie this game. Mastoni yesterday went 2 for 4 with a run in an RBI. He has been playing pretty well as of late. Batting .277 in the second half in the 12 games he has started. He's earned plenty of playing time for the Sabre Dogs.
2 gone. Jenkins
and playing all over the infield defensively.
Here is the delivery on
Here is the 0-2 pitch now. And that one is in on the hands and hits Mastoni on the hand. And he falls down. And they're going to say it's a hit by pitch. And there will be runners on first and second as he is not moving. And that's got to probably be a broken finger.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh,
now his teammates coming out to say some more. Chauncey Callier, of course, is a pretty hothead, to put it lightly, as he is very mad at the pitcher, Nate Jenkins. He's being told to head back to the dugout. He's sparked up many altercations, if you will, of the verbal sort, as he is back to the dugout, and a couple of his teammates are out there checking up on
on an 0-2 pitch.
The hit batter, Nick Mastoni, again, the second baseman tonight from St. Mary's College. And, man, that was just right in on the hands.
Mastoni is down, and he is being checked out by Edwards.
As the trainers from the Moo are checking him out right now, as he has not moved a whole lot. He's lying down on the ground. And as soon as he took the pitch on the hands, he came straight to the ground, and you knew immediately that was in on the hands, and it was not going to be pretty, no matter what it was. And you just can't fake that kind of stuff. There was no way that was going to be it. And the fans here thought that somehow that was a foul, but oh man, that is just a brutal injury. We're going to go ahead and step away for a minute. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs baseball.
Stoney's going to sit up under his umpire.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Okay, so we are back, and Nick Mastoni, I guess, is they're going to say that was a strike. I mean, at first the ump signified that hit him on the knuckles. He checked his swing, came around. That was when it hit him on the hands. That was the reason why he was down. So they're saying it's 0-2, and head coach Corey Thompson reasonably is not happy, having some words with both of the umpires. And he's going to have to step back in the batter's box after that. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous.
We have a ball game to play.
Both teams have had problems with the umpires tonight and pretty much all season long, as he will go back to the plate once again. The count will be 0-2, as he looks like he will be okay enough to stay in the game, despite just getting hit in on the hands. And actually, we'll see what. Mastoni just took a couple practice swings. We'll see if he does stay in the game here. I think he's just making sure he can actually stay in the game.
Right now, he will leave the field. Mastoni will get some words of encouragement from his teammates.
So as of right now, Sabre Dogs trail 13-12. We are on the top of the ninth. Sabre Dogs already had a run come across thanks to an RBI double from Jace Edwards. And as of right now, it was no 2 count with 2 outs, and Mastoni is going to stay in this game. I'm not quite sure if this is actually the best decision, considering the Sabre Dogs will need to get that run around. And after that, it'll be very difficult to mentally reset and get back in. But we'll see if Mastoni is strong enough to do it. He's certainly strong enough to stay in this game. We'll see if he can produce for the Sabre Dogs here. So after all that, once again, 0-2 count, two outs. And that one in there for strike 3 on the inside corner. And that will in there. That is just total incompetence on every single level by the Expedition League officials. That is just absolutely ridiculous on both sides of the ball. So once again, the final score is 13-12. And, prior to this inning, the Sabre Dogs are taking advantage of some of the bad calls, but the Sabre Dogs get iced by one right there, both on a check swing that should have been a hit by pitch, and then a pitch that was inside that should have been a ball, but they called it a strike, and the ump didn't even know it was strike 3. So that is just fantastic baseball right there all around. So regardless, once again, Sabre Dogs lose this one 13-12. They have now lost their 5th game in a row. We'll head back to a commercial break, and we will head back here for some of the stats. We'll be right back. Sabre Dogs drop game 1 in this 3-game series against the Fremont Moo. Final score, Fremont 13, Sabre Dogs 12. Let's get to some of the post-game stats, starting with the Fremont Moo. Leading off with Tyler Push, she finished the game 2 for 5 with 3 runs and 2 RBI. McBride finished the day 0 for 2, that'd be a pretty bad day, with 2 runs and 2 walks. Luke White was 1 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. And the winner of the MVP of the day, I would assume, would be Simonson, who went 4 for 5, had the game-winning 3 RBI double in the bottom of the 8th. Again, 4 RBI with 2 runs. Reller was 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. Earhart was 1 for 4. Manuel went 0 for 4. Carlson went 2 for 3 with 2 runs. And Dylan Sears was 2 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. Pitchers tonight, starter was James Skirdo, finished with 7 1/3. We've got a no decision. 11 hits, 11 runs, 10 of them are earned, 6 walks and 5 Ks. As for Jenkins, he went 1 2/3, picked up the win. 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. As for the Sabre Dogs, Hill Childs was 3 for 4 on the day with 3 singles with 3 runs and a walk. Mason Dennison was 2 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Cruz Taylor was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run. Bo McClintock was 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. Josh Pano was 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Jace Edwards was 1 for 2 with 2 run and an RBI. Justin Henley was 1 for 4 with a 2-run home run. And Sam Powers was 2 for 5 with 2 runs. And Nick Mastoni was 0 for 5 with a run. Matt Startwell was tonight's starter for the Sabre Dogs. Went 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 runs total, with 2 walks and a strikeout. Braden Henley went 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks and a strikeout. And then Caden Cowler picks up the loss. He went an inning with 3 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks and a strikeout. So a wild game, resulting in a wild finish. The Sabre Dogs unfortunately unable to come up with the win. Game 2 tomorrow at 6:35. We hope you join us once again as the Sabre Dogs will try to get their first win after the All-Star break. So from Fremont, Nebraska, we'll sign off until tomorrow. Have a good night.